All right, so recap. We went on the offensive rather than sitting there and having our confection shop repeatedly blown up.
We sure did.
So,
Well, this second Candy War has begun.
yes, it has. So, we went on the offensive, and the gist of the plan was Booker was going to create a distraction, which he did by setting up some explosives along
But he almost lost his hand.
the crow's tower, the crow's nest, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the crow's nest, the tower / fortification of said crows in the center of the district.
And shook that up literally, and then he and Biter were able to assassinate and maim a few people before they got chased off. Meanwhile, what was the second group? The final group was the one that actually, or there were two groups that went in. Because there's one group that went into their base, and we got to their money counting room, and we actually emptied their money counting room. We took what we could carry and whatever.
The crows.
Whatever we.
Was the money planning room.
Yeah, whatever we couldn't carry, we left in the sewers or burned.
Right.
Yeah, because Silas is just walking along, and Janny dropped down next to him, and
Yeah, and so the idea was basically to recreate the scene from Nobody, where he's eating the steak. And so, yeah, we have, I wouldn't say we've bankrupted them, but at least we've put a serious dent in their finance.
Well, we fucked with their money, which is like
Yeah.
the big number.
Well, we cost them a lot more than they've cost us to date.
Yeah.
So, we made ourselves some pretty good bank, and but at the end of it, we had this enormous amount of heat, and so in the post game,
Man, you left out a lot, like the syphilitic people.
yeah, I can't imagine why.
Oh, speaking of which, I did send you those pictures. I assume they got shared?
Yes, they got
Yeah, they
shared.
got shared.
Oh, did they?
I don't know why everybody was asking for that.
I have no idea why people wanted to be on the syphilis.
And
Like,
just
it's not like a cool thing. It's like,
for the listener, if it's any consolation, I did.
It's not.
The pictures that you got were a little bit spruced up, had a little bit greater variety. And
you holding out on us?
no, I had made those, brought them to the game, and I didn't bother saving them. And so when it became a thing, I was like, "Fuck, I have to remake them." So I just remade them better. So if you here at the table feel that you missed out,
No, you do not.
100%.
You do not.
all right. So yes, you missed out on the syphilitic people.
So there's a huge overinvestment in syphilitic people that I'm not sure what that added
Well,
to the
now,
plot.
so
but-
I've been thinking a lot about my game mastering and what I brought to the game and what I brought in game 1 and how it was a thing and what I brought at game 2 and how it was a different aspect of gaming that we hadn't really talked about before, and that's how syphilitic air tastes. And so I just wanted to bring, something different. So so Dan, there's a Bach for you.
Okay.
But where did we leave off? I know.
So-
when I took over this game, the A game had resolved its main plot. Right?
So we had resolved the plot in Ticarius.
Right.
And so we ended it with basically the camera pulling out. The city had all these fires erupting as all of
Mannequins
the
running everywhere.
Yeah, mannequins running everywhere, and it was
Destroying
chaos.
shit.
And we just kind of faded to black. I don't know if we said or not, but it's basically my understanding is the boys get on the train.
Yeah.
Perfect. Which is
Yeah.
perfect because
So,
that was my recollection
The
as
A-game-
well.
the A-game
but
was
it's
on-
easy for me, especially as a middle-aged pothead, to fuck up the continuity. So I wanted to make sure going into the game starting tonight that I knew
Yes.
where we were.
So the A game group has been on a train back this whole time.
I think we even ended us on the train.
Yeah.
Right.
And I had
Which is-
said that too. It was a boring trip back compared to.
Compared to the way there, yeah.
And then with
Which
the
is-
B group, on the heat chart, there was a way we could burn it off by giving someone up for arrest. And we decided rather than giving someone up for arrest, that we basically just all go and make it look like basically our gang has been shut down. Because the A group's gone and the B group is now all behind bars. The confection shop has not been reconstructed.
Right.
Now, secretly, quietly, our cohort, our gang, not our territory, but our gang hideout is actually expanding and improving.
Right.
But so the infrastructure is on the up and up.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's sort of a dichotomy where the public front of the gang has been defaced and destroyed, but behind the scenes, the gang has made great gains.
Yeah.
Even though the B team is in prison. So that was one of the things that I was reading about the rules today, and I know that we are not perfect about them. And I know that I'm speaking quickly right now, but I'm just trying to get through the bookkeeping bullshit. But one of the things they talk about in the incarceration section is how long you stay in prison is dictated by how bad your heat was. So how bad was the heat? Because what happens is heat caps at 9, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have 7 heat, you take 4 heat, your heat goes to 9, it rolls over, now your heat's at 2, but you still have to deal with the fallout bullshit of heat 9.
Yeah, because
we were at Heat 7.
I think we were at Heat 7.
Because the idea was we were going to jail to get rid of it, right? Wasn't that the whole purpose?
Exactly.
The system has now had its pound of flesh.
Yeah, the system has had its pound of flesh. So when you do prison in the game, with the exception of the mini game, it really is a role to see, well, how was my prison stay? But that's not what we are intending to do, right? Our intention is to spend time doing scores and things in prison, which I'm totally down for.
Because the prison minigame is literally just rolling some dice and charts.
Yeah. Which is, but I like the idea of us being in prison for some time and having to do some scores in jail.
Right.
And the debilitation, the things like, for example, well, your load is 0.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not Goatsy's load is a 4, but everybody at the table, your load is
Only 4? You sure about that?
You know what? You're right. I should not make Dan restart the recording again. So that part I very much dig. So the other question is that the party is multi-sexed. And yes, I deliberately used the word sex and not gender. But the male sexed prisoners and the female sexed prisoners are going to be segregated from one another, because as much as I don't want to deal with butt stuff, I also can only stretch incredulity so far. So that's another thing that we have to be able to tackle is...
The question, and I'm not disagreeing, but just from a different perspective, is what if, for the sake of keeping the party together, we just agree that this is kind of a Squid Game sort of thing, where
which I'm
part of our prison gang is we understand off camera that could and might and maybe does happen, but part of us watching out for each other is we are keeping that from happening.
I'm sorry, Randy,
I was going to say, I like the idea of us, because the city, there's so much crime. I mean, the whole game is based on everybody being... So there's probably so much that they probably can't separate everybody, right? So it's probably like its own city of its own.
And I think that's a great way to play it. The only counter argument that I would make, and it is one for role-playing purposes, not just for the realism factor, is that the complication of having to send communication from the women's dorm to the men's dorm creates another layer, which I think could be interesting.
Exactly.
But
it's easy as hell.
Well, that's the next issue that we have to deal with, Dan, is the bullshit of Biter.
That's not bullshit. That's my character. If you
is.
take my power away, you need to take everyone's power away.
We're getting to that.
Wouldn't they put something...
there's a couple things. One,
I thought they were like cuffs or something.
Well, there's the spectral guard dogs that have the same power that Biter does, which are in abundance. There's at least a score, right? Maybe more, depending on how much Dan pisses me off. But the next thing is that like lurks have abilities where there have to be mechanical,
like they can literally breathe poison.
Well, no. I'm not arguing. I don't want to fuck you. Here's what I'm saying.
Just be careful. I don't want Booker to have like some kind of crazy sexual disease.
I don't want to take away someone's powers, but by the same token, is that if you have that stuff, prison's dumb. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the idea
won't
that they would
abuse it.
keep you
So
incarcerated.
if you let me have it, I won't. Player to game master.
Yeah.
If you let me have it,
Yeah.
I won't abuse the crap. out of it.
And I'll
Mine's
tell
going
you,
to end up with feline AIDS. You guys know
there's
that,
so many
right?
stories I want to
Blades.
tell you guys that I missed you so much, but I'll tell you what I told Jim Pinto in the interview that he's never going to air because I was too much. Don't use the C word on somebody else's podcast. That's all I can tell you.
You can edit that out.
Any which way. I have more spectral animals than you do. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you do what you got to do, but I just, if your lurk can just
You can
go
literally walk through the
incorporeal and walk through the wall,
Unless the walls are magical.
why are you in prison? It's just kind
Or
of,
there's a
you know what I mean?
Ghost
Fascinating.
field.
Like,
Yeah.
the shield, the force field that
Yeah.
disintegrates you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't ghost.
Yeah,
I assume that's what
with
prison
that.
was like here because
Yeah.
there is
Well,
so many fantastic
Yeah, that's
powers.
so that's the thing that I want to do as a game master is that I don't want to just drop a hammer and say fuck you, but as gamers, if you were behind the game master screen, what is the annoying bullshit that your players are going to do that you fucking hate that's
Right,
no
right.
fun?
Well, hold on. You're game master in a prison setting. You get to say fuck you. That's the
Yeah.
whole point of prison.
Right.
Fuck you.
But so this is where I'll disagree though, because we're still gaming at the table, right? There's still
Sure,
a
but,
bad
like,
guy still going to have fun.
But we wouldn't have as much free. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like we don't get to choose to do something.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but you
for, like-
also get to go. No.
Yeah, your load zero, for example. I mean, then again, unless you've got Wayne's shitter. All right.
I don't know what that means, but I don't want to know what that means.
He's probably got pictures. That's why don't ask. him.
Don't ask me.
I promise you guys, I did not bring any pictures.
Oh, thank God, no visual aids.
Although,
Oh, God.
if you are so inclined to do so,
Is there a
if
video?
you just look at makeshift prison weapons, fucking fascinating.
Oh yeah.
Goddamn fascinating.
Do they have
stuff.
like literal like flamethrowers and shit they make?
It's incredible.
Yeah, it really
incredible.
is.
Fucking crossbows. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Just watching like how they make certain food in
It's crazy.
prison is fucking
Yeah, it's crazy. Not just to mention how they'll open up your turd cutter so they can slip in, but
Prison rules, baby.
yeah, prison rules. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a bit of in media res. We'll set the game, and essentially we'll start in the score like we did last time, and then we'll do some periodic flashbacks to kind of build what the thing was. Yes, sir.
Okay, so did anyone acquire an asset for going into prison? Because Silas did.
Oh.
So, one of my shady friends is a blue coat. So I don't know if that could play into it.
Is it Darmot? Because Darmot hates me.
It is Darmot.
I love that.
I
mean, I can name
at
it something
first was
else.
like, no, why would? And then it's like, oh, but Darmon hates me. Why, yeah. So I had Silas acquire an asset of a prison cohort bodyguards. He has a
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we
He has
talked
a
about that.
small, just I would say probably 3 knuckle draggers who he has generously paid off to if
Which you put
anybody,
in cups.
yeah, if anybody lays a finger on him.
You did their taxes for him.
All right, so the
Hey, we know this guy. He did our
McMullen
taxes.
brothers
Yeah.
are a group of three Irish triplets, and fuck you, the Irish are white people. I can make fun of them.
But the genocide.
God damn it. So anyway, the McMullen triplets, because they're Irish triplets, right? 'Cause they're staggered, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause they
Oh, yeah.
fuck, right? Do I need to explain
Because
it
they
anymore?
fuck. Yeah, I like how we don't need to explain it because they fuck. I don't think there's any more explaining than that. You don't get it.
Anyway,
Fine.
not going to question all
There's
those.
exactly 9 months between them. Nick.
They're all they're Irish triplets or whatever. Yeah, we get it. Yeah.
They're longshoremen. They're longshoremen, but they owe Silas for whatever reason, and or you're in league for whatever reason that is appropriate for you, and yeah, they definitely want to keep you. And that first couple days in prison, there's definitely opportunities that people are like, well, that guy is kind of small and
Right.
nerdy,
And in fact,
dorky
Silas
and-
probably
yeah.
even told the brothers, like, okay, give me a little bit of lead here. Don't crowd me the first day. Because I'm going to be bait, and we're going to see who the fools are.
Right.
And then so somebody came up, grabbed me by my scruff, and he lost all of his teeth. So,
Man, I hope those guys get shanked and then you're like fucked because you have no protection because that'd be hilarious.
So during a
Temporary.
I just think it'd be
all
fun.
right. So what I would like to do for the score, there is there's a recipe that you have been tasked to steal.
I have a question.
Toilet bowl
Toilet
recipe.
line.
Yes.
You are
Pruno?
So,
Pruno recipe?
hold on. Points to Eric. He's absolutely correct. It is a rival gang's toilet wine recipe.
Pruno, please. It's
Pruno. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It is a rival gang's Pruno recipe. That is
Baby duck wine.
the score, right? And the reason behind the score is that the Crows are the biggest gang in all of Duskwall. Well, they're also the biggest gang in here besides the Screws. The Screws, of course, being the guards, right?
Yeah.
So-
because if you think the Bluecoats are terrible on the outside, they're even worse in here.
Oh, they're supposed to punish you here.
Do I have to take keystering to be able to bring something into the prison?
It's called prison wallet.
Yeah, keyster. Yeah, I am.
So
Well, I got 2 prison wallets.
Bang bang.
So here's what we'll do. A keister stow, I think, is a stress-inducing flashback,
I
right?
could probably fit a
So-
whole baton in one.
So at the point, no, I'm sorry, I'm totally serious. At the point, if you want to pull something out of you want to pull some slag out of your vag or whatever, I don't know, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay.
Right? But it's definitely a stress-inducing flashback.
One of them's created to stretch.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
it umbrellas.
Yeah.
Ella's.
It better be a wristwatch. That's
It's a
all I'm
crossbow.
One of my favorite Frank Zappa euphemism is wristwatch Crisco.
oh, Zappa.
So, as part of the prison process, of course, you go through.
Did you know on YouTube? I was looking at our YouTube stuff because I started putting the show out over
Right.
there. People keep trying to copyright, falsely claim rights over all of Chris's APs. No one attempts to claim these. Not one of these episodes has anyone attempted to claim. Chris is straight down the line. Every one of them. Ours, nobody touches them.
Who tries to claim them?
It's a long story,
All right.
and he's fighting it. It's all BS. It's crooked.
That's just
crap.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's
just
basically
YouTube.
people try to claim crap to get the monetization. It's this big crooked
And by the
thing.
time it's fixed, they already got the monetization.
Yeah,
of, like,
it's-
the initial people watching.
Yeah.
or listening.
It's
Little do they know we don't make any money off of YouTube.
Wow,
Or anywhere else. It's shitty.
fantastic.
It is shitty, but yeah, they're not. I don't care because they're not getting much, and like it's just hilarious that they keep every time Chris drops anything, somebody goes after it. Nobody has ever once tried to claim this nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
All right, so we're gonna steal some toilet wine.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
A recipe for toilet. What'd you call it? Plumo?
Pruno. It's literally called.
Is it called Pruno?
Yeah.
So when it comes to intoxicants, that is not where my prison expertise lies. But if
You don't say.
If you want to talk about shishis and herms, I am your guy.
We do not.
Was that character in Oz?
Phenomenal.
I remember the name.
I don't either.
I just have a feeling I'm going to be lost this whole episode.
What do you mean?
Because he's a sweet baby child. You leave him alone.
Who's got the entanglement roll thing for me? Anyone? Anyone have the entanglement rolls?
Entanglement is
thank you.
post.
Right.
Post.
Or not entanglements, but the engagement roll is the
Engagement
word I meant to
roll, yes.
use. I had the wrong noun.
did.
Verb thing.
How dare you?
How dare, sir?
Engagement, tweet downtime. Oh my god. I don't know these rules. Teamwork, actions. I don't think that's on any of the cheat sheets.
127.
Yeah, I don't think it is because I'm looking through the cheat sheets we've got and I don't see it.
You got one? Because he has a little graphic.
I literally had it bookmarked in my book with this map of Dustwall.
okay.
And then
I got
You got
it
a lot
if
of
you don't.
bookmarks in there.
127.
Yep,
Sorry, sorry.
127.
All right.
Did you just open directly to it?
All right, so we
I
automatically
remember
get
this guy.
So we automatically get one.
Look at that beard.
I love you.
So
It looks like me if I cut my hair.
I know, right? You can do that swoosh thing with the mustache.
I do usually.
Yeah.
or one.
It's very handsome.
I was just in a restaurant with Amy, and this dude walks in, had a handlebar mustache, no joke. It was seriously about 18 inches wide.
Wow.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
Was he bald?
No, no.
Okay, I met a bald guy that had like a mustache like that.
Older guy,
So,
but-
basically,
Auburn,
you
yeah.
asked us what our plan of attack.
Right. So as Dan pointed out, you get one die. So
one die automatically.
right. So your plan of attack. You know that there is a cell in the prison that is going to be deep in what would be considered enemy territory.
So, what do we get anything for this, or are we just doing this to be petty? I'm totally on board if that's the case, but are we just doing this to be petty, or do we actually stand to gain something from doing this?
So you stand to gain two things. One, another gang in the prison who are enemies of or in opposition of the Crows and the Rollers that is willing to sort of link up with you to kind of join forces. So you have essentially a treaty of
Like building
sorts.
allegiances.
Yeah, you have an alliance of sorts in the prisons against them, right? That's the first thing you get. The second thing you get is that we're going to play with some of these little tinkery advantages that you get for the prison mini game and apply them to future sessions inside the prison.
Prison minigame.
Okay.
The prison.
I know that's what it is. It's just, can you imagine that in a real world setting?
All right. So, what advantages do we have? Okay.
Sends you to the prison minigame.
So we do have some assets on the inside. Chad has a cohort. How do you get this cohort? I'm a little fuzzy on these rules.
So,
Do you like pay a coin, or what do you do?
downtime actions, right? Yeah. Downtime action, you can reduce heat, you can heal yourself, you can do project, or you can do an action called acquire an asset.
I got you right here.
And
So,
so
acquire an
if-
asset, use of an asset, rolls.
And you use the asset on the next score. So if you know what the next score is, you can kind of set some stuff
So
up.
it's a one use.
It's a one use
One
thing.
use. Okay.
Like I don't get like when I walk out of here, these guys don't come with me.
The McMullen brothers
Okay.
stay
Yeah.
there.
So all right. So we do have. If Burrow gets to die for,
They're
we do
family
have
away
the
from
prison
family.
asset.
They are.
of-
They have big hands.
We do
too.
have.
They do massages.
Yeah, you do. You
we
do
have hoodlums. in
Yeah,
here.
you do.
No,
yeah.
no. I have hoodlums.
You have the hoodlums.
McHoodlums, yes.
None of you have hoodlums.
Oh no, I do.
You have a cat.
I have a cat.
Yes.
Right, you have a cat. So I think that adding a die for the hoodlums, provided that Silas is comfortable with the hoodlums being part of the deal, yeah, I think that's great. I should put them on the table. Do you want to put the hoodlums on the table? Do you want to put your Silas's personal protection on the table to give the party a die? I'm cool with it.
What do you think my answer is?
So Chad, I need you to vocalize for the audience. They need to know.
They are Silas's bodyguards. So they are going to be part of the action if Silas is part of the action.
Yeah, I'm
but
not
they are
giving-
not part of the plan.
I am not giving you a die for that. No, for sure.
Eric,
do we
how
have-
about a little Garrett and Janny work on getting rid of these three guys so that fucking Silas gets
Free up Silas.
fucked up.
Well, dude, I mean, fuck. Who knows what's happened to Worth?
No one cares.
Who?
It's fucking brutal.
We have the skull of Worth.
It's absolutely
Worthless.
brutal. All right, any which way. I'm
we
sorry, Dan.
have one of our crew upgrades is the Iron Hook contacts.
And what does that upgrade
Oh
do?
yeah, we took that.
Yeah, it says +1 tier in prison, which plays towards the mini game.
Absolutely. Well, you certainly get a die for that. Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
we
there
took
you
that
go.
because we knew we were going to prison.
Yeah. Now, do you want a third?
tier.
Do you want a third? You want a third die if you want to put your assets on the line, Silas? We could have a
Zero.
third die.
In prison,
zero.
it's 1.
Yeah. Okay. So a cohort?
Right.
The level of the cohort is the tier of the gang.
Okay.
Our tier in prison is 1. Our gang tier is 0.
Okay.
I got these guys in prison to use in prison. Are they tier 1 or 0? I would say
you have
tier
to roll
1
for that.
for
Acquire temporary use of an asset. Roll the cruise
No,
tier.
no, I did.
The result indicates the quality of the asset. 1 to 3, tier -1. 4 to 5, gangs
No,
tier.
you're right. Yeah, because it's the
6,
it's a
tier
gang,
+1.
It's the gang's cohorts
that you don't.
So
that
there you
are-
go. Take up your die.
Oh my
I already
god!
rolled for it last
I hope.
week.
I
don't
hope they're.
remember what it was.
Oh, I hope they're not actually big, strong dudes, and they're totally worthless.
So I don't. I remember last time I did roll for it. I don't remember what I got, so I'm totally willing to roll for it now.
No, it's fine.
No, it's,
I'm happy. Let's call them +1 because they are physically imposing, but they are Cro-Magnon, right? They're
Yeah.
I mean, they have
They're-
protruding brows.
they are gorillas.
Yeah, exactly.
I got them from the zoo.
Yeah,
I
they're
put
not
them in a suit.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, they are a valuable body protection asset. They are meat that can take many punches and stabs that will protect you, but that's about it. Now, if you want to make them part of the plan, I love this idea.
Absolutely not.
All right. Fantastic. So Dan, you have 2 dice. Now here's all we know about the score, and this is one of the things I love about this game, is that again, what was it called? Plumo?
Pruno.
Thank you.
Plum
No, I have blind spots, right? There are certain words I just can't fucking remember, and apparently Pruno is one of them.
Yes.
Okay, so
You can write it down.
all right, so 2 dice.
He's not going to, but he could.
Yeah, 1 and a 2.
Oh my. That seems bad.
You should watch the movie Let's Go to Prison.
Yes.
You'll learn everything you need to know about
Yes.
prison.
100%.
And it's
I don't-
hilarious. It's a comedy.
I don't think I want to
Or the Will Ferrell
watch
movie Getting Hard.
any of that. It is a bad result.
Maybe
So,
Duck won.
all right. So
We're gonna
here
see
we
the recipe.
So here we are. The group starts in a desperate position.
Yay.
So here's where
I mean, we're in
XP.
prison. I would think. Yeah.
So here's where we're at. Absolute bedlam, right? You're in the chow hall, and trays are flying. People are slipping on food.
Oh, we're in the middle of a fight.
Yeah,
This is so-
they're
fucking riot.
Cranberry sauce, blood.
Damn, this is a
teeth,
high class prison. We got
corn.
cranberries?
We're not really sure what is what, but the chow hall is absolute bedlam. Silas is in. He's basically kinged himself, right? And the 3 rooks that he has are just crushing fools. Front kicks to the sternum. Motherfuckers are going flying, and Silas is just eating away. Meanwhile, the 4 of you are fighting for said lives. You know you've got to get out of the mess hall before the screws show up
the dog dragging
and lock
the other thing.
everything down.
Oh, hold on. The dog is on the cord. He's pulling it. There we go. Sorry.
Just didn't want it to fall off that, and then in the middle of you saying something, they hear.
All right, so
Suddenly, we're live action role playing.
I've got a 6-tick clock on the table. That's the screws. So they're going to come down. They're going to lock down the mess hall on the 6th click. So those are going to be the chief consequences that the PCs are going to suffer. So the idea is you get out of the riot, or you get out of the mess hall in any ways you can before the screws get here and lock everything down, which is going to achieve 2 things. 1, it gets you out of the mess and towards your goal. But 2, the diversion that you had planned is still going to attract the attention of most, not all, most of the the immediate responding screws in Ironhook, right?
Right.
So that's where we're at. Mid bedlam, desperate position. You don't have you haven't had time to craft weapons or shit. Maybe you did. Maybe you're going to spend some stress. I don't know. Maybe you're going to pull something out of your shitter.
You and I are off, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Because I'm in here because of you and your shit. Because you,
know
were
what?
talking.
What? Talking? I'm eating. What do you mean I'm talking? So they gotta
You're
go
always
flying
talking.
by. What do you mean I'm
If you would
always
have kept
talking?
your mouth shut, we wouldn't be here.
I don't know what you're talking about. That is lies. we're
Just bickering.
body comes sliding across the table. Silas grabs his tray to avoid very adroitly. All right. Well, in that case, if nobody's doing anything,
Sable.
Yes.
Are you gonna eat that cookie? You gonna eat it?
I'm not even sure it's a cookie.
All right.
I mean, you don't.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Jenny's actually, once this all starts up, she goes under the table and she's working her way towards the kitchen from table to table.
All right. So the stone floor, the bricks are unevenly hewn. There's slop and filth, spilled drinks, and God, something that smells worse than that on the floor. And there are these ugly iron bolts that are rusted because of these big wood and iron tables that have been bolted into the stone as you're, staggering through underneath the table, and you're so small and there's so much chaos going on. It's actually, I don't know, it's not pleasant, but it definitely feels much safer down here.
Okay. Any of these bolts or anything like loose where I can pick one up?
Absolutely.
All right, yeah. So I'll grab a couple of them and put them between my fingers so that I've got the bolt sticking out.
Nice.
All right, great. For all intents and purposes, Jenny is considered armed. Absolutely. All right, so Jenny, you're skittering away. You're pulling those bolts out. Now, we haven't done any roll really to affect the state of the game, right?
Right.
To accomplish something. So what is it? I mean, obviously getting out of the room is what you're trying to accomplish.
Right.
But
I'm attempting to prowl out.
All right, fantastic. All right, so here's what we'll do. We're going to have a second clock, and this one is just going to be PC success, right? And we're going to make it another even six tick. And so we're going to race the two clocks. Screws versus success.
Okay. I have Daredevil as one of my special abilities, which when rolling in desperate action, you get +1 die if you also take -1 die to any resistance rolls against consequences of your actions, which of course I'm going to do.
I love it.
So, what I'm trying to do, my intent is I'm going to work from table to table to get to where like the servers are, where they like
yeah.
slop the shit on your, and I'm going to try and get on the other side
love
of
it.
that counter. 2 2s and a 1.
Oh, nice. All right, so on our failure chart, what does that mean? That is
Fuck you, Eric. Oh wait, no. I mean, that's too bad.
Oh, in a desperate.
That's a fail.
Worst outcome: you suffer severe harm. A serious complication occurs. You lose this opportunity for action.
All right, so a serious consequence is going to occur. It's so early in the encounter that I don't think that the screw response is appropriate. So here's what we're going to do, Janie. As you're crawling from one table to the next, indiscriminately and not caring for your size as a young lady, this dude, just monstrous beast of a man that makes the McMullen triplets look tiny, hauls off. Kicks you in the side of the ribs.
I couldn't afford him.
Trying to get from one table to the next for a level 3 harm that we'll call bashed ribs.
All right.
So I was going to say while he was doing that, but now it seems relevant. I was watching her.
Okay.
So I was watching out for her. So if somebody was going to attack her, I guess maybe this gives you an extra die or something, but I'd probably try to stop him.
Like an aid? Yeah. How does that work again?
There's an assist.
It's assist, so...
stress. You have to take a stress or two, and you give somebody else another die.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, take one stress, give another player +1 day.
Yeah, so you basically
That would
cost
have
you
been
a
an
stress.
initial
absolutely.
roll.
Yeah, because mine would be I'm physically, like, as part of my action, I'm trying to stop him from kicking him.
Oh, that'd be a protect. Face danger
Yeah.
for a teammate. Step in to suffer a consequence in their place.
There you go.
Resist as normal.
Right. So now, perfect. Thanks, Dan. So now, easily enough. So Brandon, you can slip, or little Garrett can slip right in and take that level 3 consequence, and you can resist it as normal if you would prefer.
Yeah.
Now, keeping in mind, unless you have special armor from your character class, you're not wearing any armor.
Okay, what do I roll for this resist?
All right, so you roll. It's the up and down. You pick one and how you're resisting it. So you're resisting prowess. Okay, so it's
We'll
two
say
dice.
I'm like redirecting or something like that.
Resistance roll 1d for each attribute. You reduce or avoid consequences and take 6 stress minus your highest. Okay, so you take 6 stress. Now roll your dice. You're at 6. So you reduce
5 stress off of that, so you take 1 stress.
Nice. And avoid a level 3 harm by deflecting it.
So I'm like crawling. Guy rears back to kick me, and then that's when little Garrett just kind of like nudges him, and he kicks wild, and I just keep going.
So, Bernard, I'm going to flashback.
All right.
So, I have basically, I don't know if it's follows here, I've taken a job within the prison of doing cleaning, doing mopping and things. I'm a tinker with chemicals.
Okay.
I have used the
I love
cleaning
it.
supplies to basically rig up like little ammonia bombs that gas, basically.
All right. So
Holy shit.
So it's absolutely brilliant. The only complication I see to that is because it is inside prison, it's going to be difficult to get those chemicals.
Right.
So I'm going to call it 2 stress.
Okay.
But absolutely done.
All right. Then that is what I'm going to do is basically in the middle of all this melee, I'm dropping some nasty shit.
Horrible.
And
horrible.
when people go to react, I close my eyes, hold my breath, and I'm shooting for one of the doors.
Okay. Fantastic. So you are rolling what skill?
I'm gonna say tinker.
I love it.
Come on.
Does anybody
fuck this up.
does anybody
I
have a way to
success.
provide assistance? And yeah, keep in mind too, you're also in a desperate position, so don't forget to mark your XP. Is anybody providing any assistance?
I'm not providing any assistance. She's been a bitch since we got here.
Yep. And I make a point to do it close enough. It's gonna ruin his meal.
It's gonna get on his meal.
Oh my god.
All right. Come
I was
don't
having the
screw this up.
loaf.
Don't screw
The loaf.
So 3 is the same thing.
See, she knows
Things
how much
go
I love the
badly,
loaf.
suffer harm.
All right. There's this absolutely obnoxious klaxon that starts to rattle, and you can hear it's the, you know that that clapper, you know, heavy clapper on that big metal bell. As the screws begin to mobilize. All right, so you've taken an action. You've deliberately avoided action. Is there anything specifically? No, I love it.
yeah.
Is there anything specific that your 2 characters, that Little Garrett and or Booker, want to attempt to put positive clicks on the clock?
Well, like I said, I was kind of just looking out for Jane.
Okay.
So, all right. Look,
So you just want to maintain that?
Yeah, I'm gonna maintain that. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of
So
normal. what she
you're
does
moving
anyway.
you're moving with her.
Yeah.
So how about this?
It's like an observing, like from afar.
Okay, gotcha.
Or like I'm following, and
Okay.
obviously I was close enough to stop that.
Let me pitch something.
Yeah.
And whatever. But what if, in addition to with her, you're essentially fighting people away?
Yeah.
You could use prowess to maybe make a prowess roll and try to put stuff on the clock.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, that runs the risk of a harm or something, but it's certainly a way to help Janie get to where the thing.
That's what I imagine I was doing. I'm
I'll let-
redirecting people
yeah,
from.
so you make a
focusing
prowess
her.
roll and let's see what happens.
All right.
And then I think it's perfectly reasonable if you want to assist.
That's
that
what
makes
I'm
perfect
saying. Is it
sense.
two stress to assist or 1?
1.
1 stress, get an extra die.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, my credit.
I rolled 2
Hey.
6s.
That's correct.
Wow.
You rolled all right.
2 6s.
2 6s. So that's going to be serious progress because that's going to put 2 clicks on the success clock,
So
right?
I'm like gracefully ballerina fighting through people, like just whizzing
like,
past like people swinging at me,
I got
and
Serenity.
yeah.
Love. Did
Yeah.
you mark your XP too?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. And then Booker. So you see the aforementioned lovely dancing, one crawling under the table, one very gallantly stepping from one table to the next while
Just fucking dudes
sea
up.
brain punching, crushing dudes in the side, your back fists, etc.
But it looks elegant.
All right. So, is there any way out of this room? Through the kitchen, through...
So they're absolutely they are confident, or you are confident that there are 2 points of egress. There is one main entry to the hall that you know will be open. There's an emergency gate to the back that is closed, and there is an exit back through the kitchen for sure, because I believe that is where Janny and
What was the middle one? There's an emergency.
there is a second gate to the mess hall, but that one is always kept locked.
Okay, so I'd have to pick out of that one. So
Yeah, there's also an open one that you can fight your way toward.
Okay, then I'm going to prowl. I'm going to try and not fight my way.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, just kind of slip through.
Yeah, just kind of
gotcha.
slip through and out that door, just back into the
Got it.
hallway. I love these people have their chaos. Okay, so I got a 5, so that is a success. You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer severe harm, a serious complication occurs, or you have a reduced effect.
If you guys are good with it, I love the idea that absolutely Booker puts a thing on the clock, but time is pressing, and I put a tick on the clock of the guards.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. Now, is for those at home, it is two pie pieces on the guard response and three pie pieces on PC exit. So the players are ahead, but not by far. Everyone has had the opportunity. So if we could put a pause on this, the cameras are going to cut into the train station. The train's going to stop, and we're going to watch the A group stepping off of said train. And a Game Master flashback.
Oh shit! You take one stress.
Sorry, I didn't write this down at the beginning of the game. Here's my stress stat.
Oh, he's only got 2.
He's only got 2.
Fill in 1. He's got 2 bubbles.
That's an infinity, god damn it.
No, that's 2 bubbles.
Any which way. So we watch the PCs. I guess it wouldn't have steam, right? It's all electric.
It's all
right?
well. It would have like
probably
clouds
still
of
have some kind of-
blue,
yeah.
crackly electric miasma.
I feel like that there should be some sort of electrophasmic sludge, right? Like a Slimer that has to be mopped up.
So like diesel.
yeah, like a real kind of like a real.
The way it worked in
greasy-
Dishonored was the
Oh well, that's canon.
whale oil was used to run generators that electrified the rails, similar to like a modern subway
Okay,
system.
gotcha.
And so the rails themselves became electrified, and then the actual engines were really themselves purely electric.
I like the diesel look though, because then you've got like gooey, like just
gross.
corrosive,
Right.
like leftover bullshit.
Yeah.
From
And there's another reason to describe a tang in the air for sure.
Yeah.
So I love that.
like they look mucked up.
I like acrid myself.
Yeah,
I
it's
use
a
that.
good-
I
yeah.
kind of overuse it.
Yeah,
I
no,
like it
for
a
sure.
lot.
Me too.
I'm telling you, Reggie, with this dress, you can take her out dancing. I mean, she's still light on her feet.
I didn't know you had such good taste, Jack.
Oh,
Jackie,
I
I
can't
don't-
somebody for taste.
Oh, Jack.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Jack. I don't think that dress will fit him.
Oh, it's for Mabel.
So Mabel's going to like let it out a bit and put him in it.
I'm giving a real stern look. Like,
It's a
you know, we
gift
bonded a
for
little
me.
bit. You might want to keep on, like, hold on to that as much as you can,
He lifts up his fake hand like, I'll try and hold
with
on
as much as you can hold on to. something.
Are you throwing shade? Is it?
No, secretly Reggie feels bad for you because you fucking lost a hand to the dumbest shit ever,
Treacle has made it because
and for
we're
nothing at this point.
You're right. Yeah.
because we're on the down low.
Right.
We're all dressed as porters.
Okay. You're all dressed. Oh,
So we're carrying people's bags and
Right.
stuff.
Okay.
And walking off with them.
Hey, we're keeping the bags though.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
all right. Once
My
one,
bag.
Callum has a tiny little bag. Like these guys have like these big steamer trunks. They're like, look at the fuck out, yeah. And he's just like, I'm coming.
with disturbing ease, you are able to extricate yourselves from the passenger area, where the passengers disembark from the trains, with other people's baggage. In the distance, you can hear some lamentation and some exclamation about missing baggage and what have you, but you're long gone by that point. Are you taking said baggage with you, or are we just kind of...
Well, I don't think a lot of people travel with a lot of.
There were a lot of rich people on that train.
I mean, Booker walked around with a cat and a gun.
There were a lot of rich people on that train, and like
As you guys are having this conversation, trying to figure out what we're going to do with the bags, you notice that there is someone who, at this point, you realize has probably been tailing you for at least a little bit, but they're doing a decent job of it. You just happen to notice because you stop, you start having that heated conversation, eyes start darting around like you do when you're talking. Sometimes you make eye contact and sometimes you don't. You just happen to see that there's a guy. He has not noticed that you made him, but he's a big guy. I mean, he's a tussler, a fighter.
Perhaps he's going to turn around and straight walk to him.
All right.
I'm keeping the luggage. There might be boots in here.
He looks
I've
terrible.
got mints. Would you like a mint?
His lip is swollen. His nose is crooked. He has terrible bruising underneath both of his eyes. Obviously, his nose has been broken. And
must admit
caused
they are nice
terrible amount of strain under his eyes. One of his ears is been completely severed, and you see that Worth is far worse for wear. He also has one of his arms in a sling under a jacket
So it's Worth.
as he approaches you. So we cut back, Jeannie. As you're stopped for just a moment as you're passing from one table to the next. You look up as little Garrett is so just deftly, expertly, and delicately just kicking and placing strikes and putting gangers down left and right.
I look up and go, show off.
yeah, that's exactly what I.
All right, so I've made it to the counter.
You are at the counter, and the people, whoever was behind the counter,
The hash sloppers.
yeah, they are not there,
Okay.
right? Or at least you don't see them. They could be, prone, whatever, right?
All right, yeah. So I'll just catapult over the
All right.
the counter onto the other side.
Done and done,
All
right?
right. What's around me?
So there's one person, one prisoner, dead on the floor on the other side. There
where they get
is
the
some
loaf.
fresh, large pooling blood, and there's a young woman with a steak knife that is cabled to the counter so the steak knife can't go very far away from her. It's covered in blood. She's covered in blood, and she's hiding as much as she can. Sorry, Charlie. Underneath the counter, so when you roll over, she's ready to lunge like a rat in a corner.
I've got my bolt between my fingers. And I'm like, Linda,
Jenny,
we need to get the hell out of here.
She pulls and the cable's stuck. She's implying that she's not going anywhere without this fucking knife.
Okay, can I take an action?
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Booker, while she's facing backward,
Yeah.
is going to hunt her to grab the cable and yank the cable, pulling the knife back into her.
Okay. Fire away. Right. So you see Booker comes up right behind her to grab the cable to try to pull the knife into her.
Right, I'll give you an assist. And I'll say,
You guys are merciless.
He needed it, but
I may also do a push. I'm going to do a push.
all right, so, and my assist is, as soon as I see Booker coming over, I go, Linda, look, Linda.
She's right at me. Right there. She's dead.
Look me in the eye, Linda. We're going to get out of this.
Okay.
Wow.
So, okay, I still got, you do it, but there's a consequence.
All right, so again, same thing as before. Another click, another pie piece, 4 for the PCs, 3 for the screws. So you are making progress, but not fast enough. You can feel that ticking time in
hear
your
boots.
gut. Yeah, you also hear the rapidity of batons striking bar increases, right?
I look at my. I'm like watching Sable. What did Sable do? She did the chemical thing.
Yeah. And so your food is
Ammonia
like
bomb.
you have the chemicals in your mouth now.
And
It did not have the effect that he desired.
because she basically dropped it, right?
Or she desired, excuse me.
And
Yeah.
she's like walking out, and he's just like following her with his eyes, like. And he looks at his food, and he looks up at her, and he goes, "William, she's put me off my feet again. I wish to leave." And he stands up. William, the leader of the
Whatever you say, Silas.
Right.
choir boy.
I love that they have
Voice
these
of an
little,
angel.
these
Absolutely,
little
Silas.
tiny leprechaun-y voices.
Absolutely.
It's delightful.
Whatever you say, whatever you say, boss.
This is like a large ham.
Don't worry, sir. We got you.
What you gonna do with that shillelagh, Silas?
You can't tell, like, their knuckle, their palm width. It's just like a cylinder that goes all the way to the elbow of muscle. It's just... Anyway.
All right. So you're getting up.
Yeah.
So now
So-
you're
so-
going to try to make progress toward the exit, right?
So what I'm doing is I am leading my cohort by commanding them.
I love. Okay.
Yep,
No, I love it.
And we are, William, it is time to leave.
Yeah, you were going to wield them like a tool.
Yes.
No, I love it. Against the encounter.
And they're, like you said, they're just like grab, boom, boom. They're just, one of them's jackhammering a guy. Another of them is like trying to see if he can break the table. And for him, it's just a matter of finding the thick enough skull to do it with.
This is a strong fucking table.
Billy, watch your mouth.
What the fuck did he make these?
That's a coin for the swear jar. All right, so I'm going to.
What's the man with his
I'd apologize to our
Reckon
Irish
I should have
listeners,
brought
but they're not
Irish
people. So- I'm kidding. It was a joke. I'm part Irish. Just
So
not.
you can say it.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, you really want me to hear shit on people? Shit on the French.
Which you are as well.
Nobody likes drunk driving like the French. I was quoting Letterkenny.
So French Canadian.
Actually, have command. Let's see here. I need to go to someone else real quick.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
All right.
I was looking at
so
the
we
roll
will
character
pause
sheet.
as
Yeah.
you're getting up.
All right,
You've affected you, or you didn't get your roll. Well, I'm sorry, I skipped you, Eric. I apologize because you were doing your thing. Booker came over, so she is gasping out, part from stab wound, part from poor man's garrote, as Cable is pulling on neck as well.
Damn.
Yeah. Are there any is there trash bins or anything like that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like where they've opened up cans and stuff.
For
like that?
sure, for
Right.
certain. Yeah, there are canned whatever lards or even sterno kind of cans for cooking. Whale fat, whatever.
I just reach in the trash and I grab a handful of just where they opened up the cans, so can lids.
Right.
And I'm just gonna have a handful of hobo throwing stars and just be like, "Come on, let's go!"
All right. So you have armed yourself. There are at this point as you're grabbing trash, the sea of flesh. A tidal wave spills over, and a couple of bad guys, a couple of other fellow prisoners. Right. So to make progress on the clock, you fight your way with your hobo weapons.
Channy's like the Kevin McAllister of fucking
I don't know who that is.
Home Alone.
Hold on. The Hall of Throwing Stars, Tire Iron.
Gotcha.
All right.
I didn't know that was his name. I made out with one of the hottest. Well, anyway,
Boys? Are you gonna say boys? Because
her name was Debbie.
Debbie McAllister.
No, she played volleyball.
What the point was that
She
story?
played varsity volleyball.
That was a
as
weird fucking story to go
sophomore.
to. We're talking about Kevin McAllister, and then he's like, "I've made out with the hottest."
Because I made out
volleyball player."
with her
What's her name?
during
Debbie
that
McAllister?
movie at the
No.
movie theater.
During Home Alone.
Yeah,
You missed Home Alone.
yeah, because I was
For
making
that
out.
stupid skeezy.
First of all,
It's a classic. It was a cultural touchstone.
she was an angel.
Yeah. Well, guess what? There's plenty
Why
of
is she still
strange,
with her?
but fucking Home Alone is a classic.
I've never seen the whole movie because I was making out with Debbie.
In theaters.
Wait,
it's
now I
like-
can't watch it without a boner.
Yeah. Sorry.
Way to ruin your life.
Groundhog Day. that was the one that I did.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway,
You guys did it to good movies. I
Oh my
was
god,
like,
Groundhog is excellent.
shitty horror movies are what you're
Yeah.
supposed to fuck around.
Oh, I didn't did it. We just kissed.
pussy.
nah.
No, he didn't get that.
All right, so I'm actually throwing these.
I love it.
I mean, because
Oh,
big industrial soup cans, those things will cut your fucking head off.
Yeah.
No, the size of fucking
I have a
records.
scar on my thumb from a regular.
You have a
can
lot
lick.
of fucking scars from stupid shit.
Damn it! Damn, I can't win that
I
one.
thought you said, I got a scar on my thumb from that skeezy volleyball player.
She's not.
Your
skeezy.
thumb, really?
She was scored. She cheated on me, but I mean, I would have cheated.
Yeah,
on
so
me,
apparently
too.
not an angel.
Yeah.
He's an angel.
No wonder he
If it
doesn't
was an
watch
angel,
Home
they wouldn't
Alone.
have made out.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
I'm using it to like clear a space so I
Right,
can
I
get
love it.
through.
She was a bitch angel that cheated on me.
5.
For that, he sacrificed Home Alone.
I can't believe that shit. That's insane.
In theaters.
So the one misses, but you throw a couple at a time. Another one hits the inside of the bridge of his nose on the orbit of his eye, almost cuts into his eye, and he's like, ah, and you're able to make it past him.
Then I go between
But
his legs.
again, it is success and consequence. It is now 5-4. The PCs are getting closer toward their exit. You've made your way either toward the exit to the kitchen or the exit to the main door, which you both know is going to give you the opportunity to link up before you have to get to your next point to get out of these hallways and down to the particular cell that you're interested in.
Bernard, I go up to a, someone big and tough, and hey, baby, you want to help me get over there? I just run my hand along the side of his face.
You do some poison ivy shit to
Oh
him?
man, right in front
And
of Silas.
rolling sweat.
Oh,
Silas is down.
Hey!
oh, she does it really well too.
She does. The whole tone of the exchange changes, right? It's almost like the scene got a different director as everything just slows down and you see this almost anime hazy sort of fisheye focus. She runs the fingers down the side of his face. He turns around, grabs a man who's got hair like Brandon's, this big, lush, beautiful
Don't hurt the hair,
form,
man.
grabs the guy and smashes his face against his his opposing forearm, throwing the guy down. Things turn. Even despite the sound of the klaxons and the bells ringing, the force with which this man's face has been broken turns attention to the point that everybody's like, God damn! And the party's able to slip out. You make it down a right turn just towards cell block H, as you can hear the guards coming in and the boots hammering down. Yeah, you're old. You know what I'm talking about. So as the boots come hammering down, and the party has a moment to take a breather.
I'm not breathing.
You
hard.
hear grrr, ging, 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 ging. And then you hear the screaming, the shouting, the profanities, the law enforcement command presence, but most importantly, all of it emphasized by the chorus of drums that is the savage baton beating of prisoners prostrate and prone on the cold concrete floors.
Clank of wooden batons.
So we cut back.
Prostrate?
That's what
Yes.
I said.
No, you said prostate.
he said
You did say
prostate.
prostate. You said banging that prostate.
I'm gonna.
I mean, you did kind of fade.
I know what I said. Check the tape.
And veil.
So
Where's that Goatsy X card?
cut back, and you're staring right at Worth, and when Worth recognizes a friendly face, he staggers and takes a step forward and catches himself.
This is back with 18.
This is back with 18. Yeah, and he looks at Booker and catches himself. And he's like,
You mean Proust?
or I'm sorry, Proust. He's like, Proust. You guys made it back.
Hey, buddy.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Did you think violence was a solution when it actually was apparently the problem?
Where's Treacle?
Jackie, is that worthless?
That's
Looks like.
who?
God, he looks like shit.
He looks like he got banged up, too.
Typical.
Why? Are you going to fight Treacle now?
No, I'm not going to fight Treacle. I need to talk to him. Things have gotten really bad.
Why don't we take you to a hospital where we can sort out some of this?
He starts looking around, kind of starts stepping past you to look toward Treacle, where the rest of you are
Right,
arguing.
and right at that time is when Treacle takes off his fake beard.
It was you the whole time.
All right, he moves forward a little bit. He doesn't.
I loved you.
He doesn't have
Things
much.
I let you do to me.
Worth doesn't have much of a limp, but a little bit of a limp. He's obviously been, he's much worse for wear. He's been tuned up pretty savagely.
Treacle walks over to him and puts his hands on like either side of his shoulders. Not like not
okay,
badly,
gotcha,
just
yeah.
kind of like, what happened to you, son?
They took me.
He's been fighting.
Thanks, Doc.
They,
I think that's pretty obvious there, Doug.
Well, then why did you ask?
this
I
isn't a
didn't
good.
ask
Who
you.
did this to you?
The rollers, the crows.
Yeah, son of
Rollers.
bitches.
They
Wait, hold up. He said the crows?
Crows.
the crows.
Are you sure it wasn't just the rollers?
No, things have gotten. Listen, we should go talk someplace. I don't know, not here on the street, man.
All
It's
right, I
not
look
safe.
over
They
and
got
I say-
eyes everywhere.
Ah, shit.
Alex, go get us a safe room.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, of course. Yes. Shit. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Silas Alexander Hayden. Yes. Leech. Yes. He goes and he will secure a space. All right. So he finds a tavern nearby. So we'll cut to there. You're in the shitty watering hole.
Jack and I drag our two trunks in that we stole from the train.
Are you keeping the trunks themselves, really?
Yeah, these are nice trunks. Look
I mean,
at this.
they are
I've
nice.
had it a few times.
Worth got a big jug of ale and some clay some clay tankards on the table for you. Pours drinks. He's like,
No. You took that for the gang. I poured you a drink.
thanks, Treacle.
What if I know we've had our differences here, but maybe I'll buy you a drink.
What a
You look
bad
like you could use
gesture
it.
for serious harm.
They look.
It's respect. It's respect. He took it for the gang.
No time. Enough time's been spent. You got to know. Look, Mabel's hurt. She's
What? What did you say?
They hurt Mabel.
Who's
Who
they?
hurt Mabel?
Who's they? The rollers?
I stand up. I stand up really fast. And my chair flies back.
Whoa! She's okay.
Where is she?
Callum leans over to Proust and goes,
She's in hospital.
maybe not quiet enough to not be heard, but goes, who's Mabel?
Which hospital?
I forget. Game Master forgets the name of the hospital.
Yeah.
He tells you the
Here's
name
one
of
of
the
the
hospital.
upscale.
That's
Yeah.
one of the nice ones.
Yeah, he tells you the name. What's that?
Beth is wrong.
So, but look, she's okay. There's things have worse. Look,
Wait,
they burned down the shop.
Wait, do you even
that's
know
when
who Mabel
Treacle
is?
stands up. What?
Do you even know who Mabel is?
Of course I know who Mabel is. She runs my shop.
Yeah, okay. I was making sure because I couldn't remember if you remembered who even Mabel was.
Yeah, because of the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I remember.
So the old lady is with them.
Yeah, we brought the
Yeah, the old lady, but she's so quiet
Right.
and like
Thank you, old
almost
lady. See,
supernatural.
this is what I forget.
Yeah, almost supernatural. Like kind of not really, but just like she just is so quiet, and these guys are so big, and everyone's so
Right.
loud. Nobody just kind of seems to notice her. She has.
Treacle's been-
She is not. I would say, unless like you guys got off the train and Treacle looked there and go, "Okay, hold up your end of the deal." She probably has not given you the memory back yet.
Nope.
Just because it isn't time.
So, look, I just want to get you caught up as quick as we can so we can get to business. But they hurt her. They hurt her real bad. She stepped in a bear trap and they cut off her leg. They burned down the shop, and
Are
Well-
you still alive?
And from the condition you're in is from exacting the revenge, right? The rest, everybody else looks like you, right?
Reggie's got clenched fists
Big-
on the table,
Big
just
Garrett's
looking down,
dead.
shaking.
Big Garrett's dead.
Big Garrett is dead. They shot him in the head, pushed him right in the water,
Damn.
dumped him. Didn't even worry about a ghost.
Do we have names of any of these people?
How long ago was this?
plot necessary amount of time.
What? No.
Where are the others?
Like within Ghost summoning.
Bingo.
Yeah. Has it been
That-
3 days?
Oh, it's been more than 3 days.
Okay.
And
So
we
the
also
ghost
Because our
is
trip
so,
on the train is more than 3 days.
and unless anybody did anything to hide the bodies, then they have been destroyed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been more than the requisite 3 days. Yeah, it has been more than that time. His ghost is free, loose, off, destroyed, most likely destroyed. But I'm sorry, where was I? Somebody asked a question.
Where's everybody?
What's the state of everybody else? Clearly, they're as fucked up as you are from getting a revenge, right?
They're an Iron Hook.
So let me get this straight.
They
The innocent girl running the store gets maimed. You get the shit kicked out of me, and Big Garrett gets murdered, and the rest of them go to jail.
How'd they get there?
Okay, first of all, Big Garrett and I got jumped. I'm lucky to be alive. I probably would have been better off dead. Mabel's alive. She's in better shape than some, but the guys, they went fucking crazy. They went nuts. They went absolutely nuts, and they attacked the safe house. They attacked the counting room for the Crows, not the Rollers, the Crows. They set a bomb on the Crows' headquarters, on the tower, on the Crows. They set a bomb, broad fucking daylight, set a bomb. It was mayhem. The fucking police showed up. There's bodies everywhere.
Why didn't they just kill all the rollers?
Worth. How the fuck did you escape?
I fought like a fucking demon.
Everybody
under-
has a questioning look in their eye.
They underestimated me like every motherfucker underestimates me.
Well, they paid for it.
I look at Jack and just kind of.
They haven't paid enough for underestimating me yet.
Well, there you go.
Callum steps outside.
All right, kid. You did good.
Thanks.
Let's see what we can do. All right, then Treacle sits back and says, "So, whole crew got pinched. The store's gone. What about the safe?
The safe's fine.
Where is it?
It got moved. He tells you arbitrary backup safe house number 3.
All right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And then he pats him on the face. Good kid, good boy.
After a few moments, Callum comes walking in and sits down.
Pat is fucking bruised. And
Yeah.
Good
boy.
out.
All right. So we cut back to the prison. We cut back to the prison hallway.
So Callum
Sorry.
went outside.
Yeah.
He grabbed like an urchin who runs messages. They're all over the place. Throws him some coin. Basically writes a quick coded message to Lard and says, "I'm back. Sounds like war. I'm staying with them.
Okay.
You know how to contact me if you need me, sort of thing. Just
Perfect.
checking it.
All right, I'm sorry. You
No,
told me what to
that's
do,
all
and
right.
I stepped
No,
on you.
That's okay.
So missive, coded, encrypted missive sent to Lard that Callum is back and that he knows what's what and that you have the goods, right?
Did we get the?
No,
we didn't.
We don't. We have the original, the first one. We don't have.
Yeah.
Did
The
not get the other.
We did not get
blades.
it.
See that's one of the crucial details that I did not recall. Right.
the guy kind of fucked us over.
Right. Yeah. And it was never really clear if he even had access to
Right.
it, or was just knowing the team.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when we were given the mission, it was he may know.
May have-
we never
yeah.
knew for sure. So technically, this isn't a failure in any
No.
way.
Yeah. It when you guys were sent off, it was this could be a wild
Yeah.
goose chase. We have to follow the lead.
Yeah.
But we need heavy hitters going in because of the situation.
This is someone who could have what we need.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
So if you come back empty-handed, it's not a knock against you.
Right.
Excellent.
You know, when I was in their kitchen, the chips, crisps, and fries were absolutely all asunder. I couldn't tell one from the next the way they were ordered. Is it any wonder there's riots in there?
Give me the shit.
There's a difference?
I should probably
I should say there's a difference.
do one of those.
Not one of them certified fresh either. I didn't see a single one of my stamps upon any of them.
You're a freshness inspector?
Have you not been paying any attention to what I do outside of our confection shop every single day? I certify people as being fresh or unfresh potato, which ties directly into whether they have the right
Silas,
to be where they
like,
want
gets
to
a weird
be
look
or
on his
not.
face, reaches into his pocket, takes out a book, starts flipping it. It's like a little passport-looking book. It's like, well, fuck me. Sure enough, I'm a fresh potato. Thank you.
You are, which is why you may
Don't be
travel.
talking about potatoes.
Does somebody say potatoes?
Don't be talking shite. Don't be talking shite about potatoes.
Oh, fuck, I know my
If
potatoes.
anything happens to little Garrett, you're playing that character.
Dude,
The curse of the Irish.
yeah, I'm sorry, you were saying.
Eat your food now or drink it later.
So the party,
That's a bit racist.
the party at this point is, you get to a point where you're stalking through the prison, right? But there's so much pandemonium and riot and everything going on, it's almost kind of quiet.
Yeah.
And you'll go by the occasional cell where atrocification may be occurring from one prisoner to the next prisoner, or people may be engaged in whatever.
They didn't even know riots
Activity,
going on.
yeah,
It's just
right.
Tuesday.
So what you're saying is it stinks.
Yeah, it's well,
Smells like
stinks good.
I believe the term is hot ass.
Smells so
Smells like hot ass in here.
Don't touch that. Wash your hands.
stink.
right. So you make your way down to the past cell block H, down the various halls into the section or the wing of the prison that you're supposed to make it to. And the aforementioned cell is there. The cell is locked. There's one person inside the cell, sitting there reading a book. He looks like he's probably in, I don't know, maybe his 60s. He's probably about maybe 40, 50 pounds overweight. Big white Santa Claus beard.
This guy's gonna murder the fuck out of
Big,
us, guys.
shaggy.
Big Santa Claus beard.
I know, right?
Big, shaggy hair, and those eyebrows that are too long and too bushy. But he's got a big head, like a pumpkin. This is a bit too big for his frame.
Does his cell look like he's lived here for 30 years?
His cell indeed does look like that he is
This guy's gonna murder the fuck out of us.
He is a
carved
lifer.
animals.
The-
He can afford to be fat in prison.
The newspaper articles are from a time that art was different. Like if I pick up a comic book from 1970 and a comic book from today, it's fucking different.
Right.
It's a different goddamn time. The newspaper articles and the pinup pictures of in his cell are from a different.
The pinup is a lady showing
goddamn
her ankle.
time. Yeah. Very salacious.
Right?
It's a ghost ankle. That's
The two people outside of his cell are prison guards.
oh shit.
And they both have batons. They both have, crisp-looking uniforms that they have not seen the shit recently. The aforementioned prison riot, and he continues to read his books. The two guards look up at the five of you, and they kind of just take small steps inside toward one another and maybe casually place a thumb or a pinky on a baton.
This is like the gang leader guy in the original Italian Job in prison.
I say, hey fellas, and I do it like a thumb towards Silas, and I say, we got a present for Daddy Bear.
He actually scoffs, and then you hear the very distinct "Daddy Bear, huh?" This deep, bellowing voice. He stands up, and you realize the guy's like over 7 feet tall.
Holy shit.
He's half as many feet wide. His forearms are fucking massive.
So we're
That's
going,
not fat, it's all
we're-
muscle.
We're going to talk to the Marvel's Kingpin.
Yeah.
Is
Is this big beast of a man.
Whose idea was
He
this?
puts his huge mitts around the bars, and the bars seem minuscule and thin like this pen in my hand.
I put my hands on Janny's like shoulders and I kind of pull her back a little bit slowly.
And
she's got like a shit-eating grin on her face, like she wants to see what's going to happen next.
he looks at you and he says, "You realize they're not here for Daddy Bear." I mean, I'm sorry. He says, "You realize they're not here for you. They're here to keep me in."
Why?
Bad man.
Oh,
Yeah.
You don't seem so bad.
Oh, I'm real bad.
Oh. Little Garrett likes that.
turned on by hard men.
I think you just.
She's got bad taste in men, yeah.
So, I mean,
She's got horrible
She
type.
dated Worf for a bit.
Ladies?
Stomped his balls.
Yeah.
Fellas, how's this play out?
She's bored.
I believe in you.
Or I'm like, Silas, this is you, man. Go.
Me what?
You're the talker.
Silas, get in there.
He's like, "Are those three supposed to scare me?"
No. No, he's like, no, not at all, sir. I've heard really horrible things about you. So, carry on.
Well, you come here for something.
Yes. What did we come here for?
Why are you looking at me? Aren't you the idea guy?
No, I'm the talking
I
guy.
punch you in the arm.
Ow! Wait. No, it's cool.
He lets go of the bars, and you can hear the strain of the frame, not just the springs, but the frame of his bunk as he sits back.
So this
down.
guy's basically the dude from Raising Arizona that's like hunting them down.
Oh, yeah, Tex Cobb.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Except an old man who spent decades in prison. Yeah.
Same guy.
Like a cross between him and fucking Juggernaut in what was it?
So
Deadpool
Tony.
2. Yeah.
Hey, you like candy?
Oh God.
I do.
Oh Jesus.
Do you like eyebrows?
Where the fuck are you going with this, Silas?
Well, wait a minute. He just has eyebrows. You're hitting me.
That's whatever.
Never really
Fair.
thought about it.
Well, we have a candy shop,
And you have eyebrows.
and I don't know how those are connected, but would you like to come with us and
Little
find
Garrett,
out?
Little Garrett just puts her face in her hands like, oh God, this is going horribly.
Wait, come with you like right now
Sure.
to leave this place.
I mean, he looks at the guards. Sure.
They're not that.
They're not keeping you in, right? They're protecting us from you. They're keeping him in.
They're keeping him in.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you
but
know,
they're not that big. Come on.
Yeah. If this cell door opens, they ain't hitting you with those sticks.
Yeah, but come on. I'm making it. I'm trying to antagonize him by like trying to make him. I'm trying to poke fun of him. Like, really, these guys are stopping you? This big badass guy behind the
Especially
bars.
when no help is coming. I mean, there's a riot down the hall right now over crisp and chips and such. And as a
No
result,
potato inspector.
no, none, not one
one.
damn potato inspector. Here I am, potato inspector. They've not put me to work as such. But if these two gentlemen were disposed of, I mean, there'd be nobody coming to assist them.
How do the doors work? Does each cell have its own individual lock, or do they have one of those like at the end of the aisle? You hit a switch and it unlocks all of them.
So the short, what do you need it to be, Wayne?
The big fucking key.
Done. If you need it to be the big key, that's exactly how they keep. That's the mechanism on his cell.
Yeah. It's so old. You
Yeah,
have
these
the
are probably
key
all like
guy.
iron bars
Yeah.
and shit, right?
Yeah, because I was thinking if they're all like lined up, just go down to the end and hit the button.
There's two keys
But the guards
for this
dealing with
entire
them.
section of the prison.
they have to be turned in unison,
Yep.
like a fucking nuclear missile. I say, excuse me, sir. What is your name? Your name?
Oh, Mr. Graves.
Are you a crow?
No.
Good answer.
How do you say? Independent contractor.
Even better.
So you're looking for work?
I was looking for time to read my book.
Oh,
What an odd price. Very well. We will pay you 3 hours to read your book.
He actually starts laughing. It's like that. What?
4 hours, but not a minute more.
All right, you've sparked my curiosity. What is it that you want from me?
well, we want your recipe for toilet wine, and
Such a weird thing to come after.
It was a plum wine or plum
Pruno, honey.
Pruno. But now that we're here,
I'm sorry, sir. They're so uncultured.
and you are an independent contractor, I'm getting bored with this place. Are you? We would like to leave and
I like how we're saying all this in front of these two guards that are just
right. Well, I
They're
mean, I
clearly,
imagine
like,
like my
quaking.
bodyguards are just like standing over us, like
Yeah.
looking at them, like cracking their knuckles. I mean, they'll
Well, there's a
take-
bunch of us and two
Yeah.
of them. So.
Right. Well, and I love the idea too that now at this point, now that the audience realizes, well, God, yeah, what is up with the guards? And the cameras kind of pan away, and at this point, the guards seem smaller. They've stepped away from one another. They're looking in between the two threats, the 5 men on their side and the 1 man behind bars, and they're still concerned about which threat is the greater.
and is my fellow guard? Is he going to help me? Maybe we can get through this. Or is he going to bolt and run? Maybe I'll bolt and
And
run.
can be the distraction.
Yeah, the guards are having the prisoners dilemma.
One solid sway roll could turn them from
I like
fighting
that.
to not fighting.
I mean, I look at him and
Hey, I
I
have
go,
good sway. Oh, you do too.
I mean, you
No,
you
you
go
go for
sway.
it.
Why don't you go sway?
You're the
got
talker.
it. I mean, you know. Yeah, you go. Okay. The guy like one.
I can assist you.
Hey, there you go. Well, the guy turns around. One of the guards turns around as I kind of put my hand on the bar, and he kind of is like gonna not hit me, but kind of wrap the bar, and I turn around and I look at him.
Is that 2 stress?
One stress. And then my eyes just kind of go this sort of gray color, like real, just like a flash, like on off. And I say, why don't you and your friend go take a break? All right. So I've got 2 for Sway, and he's assisting.
Right.
She's assisting.
Hey!
6.
Yeah, the ensorcelled guard looks at the unensorcelled guard with those glassy. Well, kind of how like I was talking to Eric earlier when I was more high, and he's got that glaze, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "We should take a break."
Yeah.
And the other guard, who is not ensorcelled, looks at you and goes, "Yeah, we should take a break." And the 2 of them go, right?
And then Silas never vocalized anything. He just kind of looked at him, and then his eyes did that weird, and he looks back, and then they're both like, "Yeah, we should take a break."
So Juggerclaw grabs
It's a Christmas episode.
Juggerclaw, or Mr. Graves, if you will, grabs the bars. And he goes, it's a neat trick.
Trick?
And then he starts to strain, his shoulders broaden, his triceps start to get big, his biceps start to shake. Right? He gets this vein. It's asymmetric. It's this vein over his right eye just gets thick and corded, and he does that, the wrecker, whatever it's called, feat of strength thing, and literally doesn't pull his door off the hinges. But if you've ever broken a sliding door, right, it didn't completely come off the hinges, but it's enough that he's able to bull his way out of the cell and into the hallway.
Saber
Little
looks
Garrett-
over at little Garrett.
I go.
That's a man.
I go sploosh.
Right. So then we cut back.
I love that we had the same idea too, because that's exactly. I was gonna.
Well, I love that.
Silas
I love that the comedy synergy because it's also an Archer callback.
Yeah.
Silas is just looking at Sable, doesn't say, and just gives her a stink eye, shaking it out like,
All right.
prison changed you, Sable.
So we cut back.
It changed.
You're the same asshole you've always been.
Oh my god. Sorry, bro.
No, you're good. I don't want to step on the RP. Oh my god, you
The
guys are
same
mean.
shaved asshole.
Shaved. Really?
Yeah, he shaves it.
Oh my god.
You know,
Just burn it off.
you know,
You'll never have to shave again.
I don't understand.
Mr.
I'll
Graves,
teach you something.
did you know they locked
maybe
me
someone
up
should
in
teach her
here
to shape something too.
for trying to blow up the crow's nest? It's not even possible. So how can there be a law against it?
Well, and he starts using words like, innocent bystander and endangerment and hazard and jurisprudence and all of these like a guy who has spent years reading
He's a
legal
prison lawyer.
Yes, yeah. He's like, actually, there are these laws against it, and here's why.
It's not just laws; it's a whole societal
You know, Mr. Graves, when you say it, it makes sense. They should make you a judge.
You
A
know,
proper judge.
I know a neighborhood that needs a judge.
Yes.
God damn it, it does, because you would not believe the number of people that are bringing either unvisaed individuals or uncertified potatoes through our streets.
So what's the story? How are we getting out of here?
The same way we got in, except backward. We can
cannot
walk
argue
backward a
with-
bit if it would help you to
Really
visualize.
argue with the simplicity of the plan. I had not planned beyond
So-
the door here.
I have a question. This is game wise. If we break out, is it like does that fuck up the mini game? Are you supposed to break out of jail?
I mean, the A team would be like, yeah, that's a valid consideration. We're idiots.
I didn't know how that plays into the actual mechanic.
So I think that here's what I think happens, right? Because I don't think there's a mechanic for it.
Okay.
But I love the idea of the breaking out of prison. The thing is then that your heat is just like
Skyrocket.
yeah,
Right.
it's just
Oh, so
So the heat we wanted to get rid of by coming to jail is now actually probably doubled.
Oh, yeah,
I
we'll get
love,
wanted level for
I
that.
love the idea that we had this great plan to come to prison to lower our heat,
And we
but we
fucked
got
it up.
bored and we wanted to leave. So now we're just going to break out and make it worse.
Okay, I just wanted. That's what I thought was going to
Proust is
happen.
nuts, but highly intelligent. This guy's a total fucking muppet.
It is the B team.
look.
Yeah.
Juggerclaws is like, you guys want the recipe? Maybe we can work something out. You guys want to leave? Well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and leave. But he's on your dime. You
Oh,
Do we need the recipe if we're leaving?
no,
I mean,
no.
I mean, like, do you really want to leave a job unfinished?
I mean, I was paid to finish jobs, so if you get my drift, so
I was a specialist at finishing.
I'm a professional.
The second candy war is still raging in the streets, and you're concerned with toilet wine.
No, I'm concerned with our reputation in prison. No, when I say it, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, let's just go.
All right. Well,
Getting a reputation of being able to escape this place might be worthwhile.
Or it might make it worse
Or
the second time we're in.
getting hardened criminals out.
Also, no, I think this guy's a total asset. It's totally worth it. This guy seems badass. This guy's like the grandpa everybody wants in a role playing game.
Well, hug him
I'm gonna hug him hard.
with your
And
vagina
make-
around his
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. It's a snapper.
He's definitely getting that
He
after
gets-
that
he gets-
K1 release strength.
even though
Like,
even though he's enormous, right? He gets kind of blushy.
Oh, he's
right?
Oh, he's got
kinda
rosy cheeks now.
is
yeah.
he enormous?
He's,
Thank God.
he's proportional.
Yes, jackpot! This was all worth it.
Yeah, he's
Silas. This was a great plan.
I can only imagine the look on Uncle Treacle's face when he sees what we brought back from prison.
I can't wait to see my face.
I am so impressed with us.
all right. If I may, let us cut back to the A team.
Oh shit! Right? Gotta.
Yeah, sure. It's the whole table shift. If we could get back to,
I'm gonna move this away from
It's
you.
like the prohibition cops coming in and out.
Yeah. Flip the tables. The cards are on the other side.
They're all glued down.
That's fun. Anyway, so we switch back to the A team. We're in said CD bar. You've just sent your communique, or so Callum has just sent his communique off to the Red Sashes, off to Lard. And now the question that is posed by Worth is, what do you want to do?
Did Worth tell anybody what hospital she was in? Or...
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I do not, me personally, Game Master, remember the name, but Worth absolutely tells you the name of the hospital.
Yeah.
Reggie leaves to go to the
Yeah,
hospital.
and we made a comment about it because it's a nice hospital.
Yeah.
Right.
Reggie immediately leaves to go to the hospital.
All right. See,
Jack, go watch his back.
Will do.
He leaves the trunks. He does take the dress though.
I'm bringing my trunks.
all right. So,
We got all 4 of them now.
so the two of you leave together to rush toward the hospital. Right. So they're up, they're out.
Callum looks at Treacle.
We need to get them out of prison. We have some connections inside,
Okay.
so
Would you like me to take care of that?
yes.
Since Proust is actually a doctor, he is going to attempt to patch up Worth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Worth.
You're gonna patch up this obvious traitor.
Well, I didn't say I'm spending any stress on it.
What about
Just
her?
I mean, I
Anyways,
think
it goes with his right hand because it's the metal one. Because why not? What about her? And he points at the old lady. She's sitting in the corner, and she's just looking out a window, kind of humming to herself.
I'll take care of her.
is there
Jesus!
Oh my!
Oh,
No,
my God!
not take care of her.
Oh God!
Since she's you know like
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of her.
supernatural, does she have like an aura about her
So-
or anything, or is she just like
No, yeah,
she plainly is just like, oh, she's just some old woman, or is it like somebody sees her and it's kind of like they don't know what it is, but something's off?
to every single person here except Proust, she is a completely normal woman who's just a little old lady, and even a bit like she does not stand out. In fact, the opposite. She's not invisible. She doesn't have anything.
She blends in super well.
Yeah, she blends in almost oddly well to where you might even look at her and go, well, that's a weird place for an old lady, and then you just
Right.
kind of forget about
Yeah.
her. But yeah, don't. And she went into the corner because Worth was telling a story. And so she knew she went into the corner and sat down and was humming to herself so she wouldn't hear it.
You're
Okay.
going. You have a healing skill or healing ability or something of that nature, right?
They kind of, it could be study, it could be tinker. I'll go with the study.
Yeah, I was going to say study sounds perfect.
Okay. 6, so nothing outstanding, but I do successfully treat him.
His wounds and injuries are old enough that they don't need further treatment.
Okay. Well, I mean, if he's like a blood buildup or something, you can lance that to
Right.
drain it, or if he's got
You gonna
something.
lance him in a bar?
Yeah.
Hold still.
Is the boundaries
my brother-
Proust's strong suit?
My brother-in-law, who is an actual doctor now, one like winter vacation when he was visiting friends, I guess he had like a some kind of like growth or something on his butt, and his friends were like, "Just take care of it. Let's lance it." And he's like, "Okay." They lanced a fucking like some kind of thing on him, just lanced it off, and then they drained it, and he went to the doctor after that, and they were like, "Did a good job."
That's awesome.
If you met him, you'd be like, he didn't do that. No, he did. I love him to death, but he does some dumb shit all the time. And he's a doctor. Pediatrician.
Before everybody leaves, Treacle does say, don't make a scene. We want everybody to think that the Jawbreakers are no more.
You say that to us before?
Yeah,
you left?
before you walk out, I grab you.
Okay.
Low profile.
Everyone?
Not everyone, but
Gotcha. Understood.
Keep it-
He kind of understood. Callum goes off to the prison.
All right, so Callum goes to the prison. All right, fantastic. So you're off to go do your
I'll
thing.
patch him up a little bit, and then because it's where you always get me when you need me, I will take him with me to the hospital.
okay.
That hospital.
That one. Okay, I don't need to go to any hospital. I'm fine. I've been on my own for days. I'm okay.
You know, almost everyone that comes through the doors of that hospital says that. I said it too.
Worth is the safest place for you to go right now.
Wait, where did you just send word?
This fucking loony bin.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
And then I pull him aside and I go, watch him. I say that to Worth. Watch him. What about Browse?
Look, Uncle Treacle, things are bad. We should not be splitting up like this.
No.
It's not a good idea.
Too late.
Come on. We have
We
all
need-
the things to treat
Wait.
your fears.
Where are you going?
It's probably best that you don't know.
Let me come with you, please.
All right, I look at Proust, and then I look at him. I look at Proust again. I'll take him with me.
I'm becoming concerned that he might have an attachment disorder that we know how to treat.
Can you treat it on the road rather than in the hospital?
I don't know what
Do you
mumbo
have a drill?
We can get one.
Oh God, they're gonna use that like boring drill.
Haven't I been through enough already?
Oh, we're not going to put you through anything else.
Then can we just go, please?
Where are you suggesting we go?
I go with you wherever you're going.
All right. Well, first of all, we got to get the others out of the prison. We've got to go get the safe.
All right.
Yeah. Can you hand me a paper towel?
All right. Look,
I knew I should have taken it away. from
No,
you.
you should. You said you should have, but you didn't.
why don't you send Proust
Your
with
fault.
why don't you send Proust with after Callum? Send him to the prison to go help there.
Callum pokes his head in. No.
Maybe he's got some sway.
As soon as Callum says no, I go,
No, he doesn't.
good idea.
Pokes his head back in. Fuck you, Draco.
So hospital, prison, safe.
Yep.
Right.
We've all had the Proust day.
So
Yeah.
so
The rite of passage.
we cut back to the prison and
I have melted. I'm filthy with chocolate. I'm absolutely. I am absolutely delicious right now.
No one, I mean,
Thank you.
just being able to listen to it doesn't do it justice. He's wiping his entire arms with a fucking paper
It
towel.
seriously
Okay, so-
does look like he pissed off Willy Wonka.
I know. Like I had.
We went into some tasting room and he made the wrong decision.
He was Hans. He was the fat German kid that fell in.
There was perfectly normal, thick bar of chocolate. Not melty, not at all. Broke off a piece. Eating the piece, whatever. There was melted chocolate on the back of my forearm, and I'm like, where the fuck did this even come from? Then I had the thought of, well, if it's there, then is it anywhere else? It's a mystery, goddammit. I'm delicious. I don't know why.
Yeah, leave that there for later.
So we cut back, and we don't know if it is because this is on the editing room. This footage is on the editing room floor, or if it was never filmed in the first place for budgetary reasons. But there are
Real missing.
right, but there are bodies of guards strewn across this hallway. There's rioting noises going around the background. We see little Garrett knee some big colossal fucker right in the balls and sending him down as his eyes roll back into the back of his head.
Do the
And
guards just have nightsticks?
they do just have nightsticks.
We're all carrying nightsticks.
Oh, William, can you carry my nightstick for me? Thank you.
Which it was about that time that the sixth woman claimed to be my mother, and I had to explain to her as well that the inheritance was all gone. Now, you would think that right there would be the end of it. That surely
I
would
certainly
be.
did think that was the end of it. I wished, I hoped, I prayed. But no, we're on mother number 6 now.
Yes, and I myself had hoped that would be the end of it, that surely these
I really should have
individuals
gotten
get around
bodyguards
this.
and should have gone into the fighting, shouldn't I?
Well, you're real lucky because I've never had a mom.
I mean, you never
We
had
had 6.
You certainly didn't have a good mom. I mean, anyone who would abandon someone like you was just a heartless harpy.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, can you imagine abandoning a child?
I'm giving Silas like the dagger eyes. So I don't think anybody. I don't
No,
know.
he
I don't
doesn't
think
know.
anybody knows.
I think I finally found my actual mother on the 9th mother.
9.
Because
Wait,
she
we-
was the one who...
Wait, we skipped 7 and 8. No, forget I said that. No, 9.
Well, the important
7,
thing
8,
about
9.
mother number 9 that sets her apart from the previous mothers was the fact that when she was buried, she was still trying to convince someone to give this inheritance that didn't exist. Crazy woman, I tell you, that when we buried her, The gravestone, which I suppose is a form of public record that the law has to respect, has my last name after hers and has listed that, in fact, she was my mother. And I am not one to argue with a gravestone, seeing as how it is quite literally carved in stone. And so I assume that must be the truth, that she is, in fact, here forevermore, my mother.
Wow, Booker, that's an amazing story.
I'm really sorry.
Not half as amazing as my father's story. Now, when my first father...
Silas reaches for his gun and realizes he doesn't have one. It's like, ah.
I put my hand on Silas. I know that feeling. I know that feel.
And as Silas,
Sable Stu is busy looking at Jugger Santa.
Oh, yeah. He's a nice piece.
so you round the corner as Silas reaches for his
This guy's gonna
gun
get a threesome when he gets out of here.
and is angry and dismayed that the pistol is not there.
Right.
You round the corner, you see the front doors of Iron Hook Prison have been opened, right? And you can see bodies scattered periodically through the yard. You can see the glow of the electrophasmic fencing. You can see whatever, wrought iron, classic metal fencing that they have for the prison exterior. There are two, on the outside of the prison, you actually wouldn't see that yet. But what you hear, the important part is, when you go for your gun, you hear the report of a rifle as you watch a prisoner who is running across the yard trying to get to the fence gate get gunned down.
Do they have in this
Wait, did
universe?
they open the door just so people will run out? Just so they can shoot them?
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Prison has changed you.
And again, you're still the same asshole.
Shaved asshole, yes.
I still don't understand.
It's still there's. Do you know what a dingleberry is?
Oh, yeah. That's what little Garrett called Worth.
Little Garrett laughs.
Another rifle report. This one into a body that was already down, and so there's just that as the bullet hits it, and a little bit of shift in the back fat.
That's just wasteful.
Could we have? How about we have the strong guys lift up some of these bodies and we just walk under them?
That's the stupidest idea I've ever heard in my life.
So we're gonna do it, right?
No, we're not going to do it.
I'm going to try and hunt the sniper.
So there are, as you approach the door, right? So as Booker gets to the door, there are two towers on opposite sides, right, in the corners. So as you go out, you can see through the front door. You can see the however many 100 yards or whatever it is from the front door to the front gate. You can see that the gate of the fence is closed, but on opposite corners of you, there is a tower. It appears that there is a rifle person in each tower.
And you don't have your gun.
Okay, but I do have Biter, so I'm just going to have Biter take someone off the top of one.
All right, so you hear that roar, right? That I can't even do it justice, even in a description. Well, you know how their diaphragm has to weigh like 40 pounds. Well, the way you hear it pull air, right? I can't do it. It's amazing. You hear that, and then of course the blood curdling shriek of terror as literally Biter lunges forward at a guy, and it is only because he sinks claws does he prevent him momentarily from falling out of his perch onto the ground. So then, of course, immediately the other guard is going to start to shoot. But of course, I think you probably should roll to see how well we succeed with that, right? Isn't that how it works?
Great. Now the dogs are going to come after us. Oh
Crit.
shit! Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah,
665.
As
I want the gun.
oh, Done. Yeah, absolutely. So you're under. Boom. And you have said rifle in hand. The other gunner turns to you basically turn to take scope on or take sight on Biter. Of course, Biter is a quadruped and down. Has
So
cover,
now
blah, blah, blah.
I am going to, using the rifle, going
To shoot
to
that
hunt
guard.
the other guard. Success, not correct.
That is
success.
but that is success without complication. So another expertly placed shot hits the guy, just underneath the jaw and the throat, and you can hear him thunk, fall backwards.
Which is about the time that my fourth father showed.
I don't think it was worth it.
I look over at Mr.
I don't
Graves.
even
And
have one father.
I look over at Mr. Graves and I go, "Run!"
So that's the one thing Graves doesn't do well, and because
He doesn't need to run.
he's a big boy. And so the party is pretty clearly outpacing him. When you get to the gate, you realize, of course, well, this is it's a simple gate, but it's got a very heavy iron bar that needs to be lifted easily, though. The group of you can do it. I don't think it even requires any sort of task roll. So by the time his rotund ass makes it up, the heavy thud of that, the metal bar that barred the gate is clunking onto the floor. So you
Good
guys
job,
are
girls.
Pulling the gates forward. Guards start. You can hear the as the echoing bootsteps from inside the building. Still, like I said, probably a couple hundred yards away from where you guys are at. But you can hear the yelling, the boots, etc., as the doors are pulled open, and you can see where's that picture? How far away is the bridge?
Can I shoot one of the poles of the ghost fence just to create a massive light show?
So I think absolutely you can do that. I think that you should make a roll and see how successful this shit is. Yes, sir.
Can Janny Master Blaster with Mr. Graves?
Whoa, hey, whoa. Hold on. You can't say that. I know what you meant, but
Absolutely. Yeah. You want to sit on his shoulders?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't steer his ears, because that's rude. I mean, unless then you steer all the way.
Right.
Wow. She's really giving him head.
Okay, so got a 5.
she's
so
a little
that's
girl,
okay.
Jack.
She's on her head.
I expect that from Brodor, not you. Not you.
Prison's changed.
Anyone but you, Jack.
So
She's
are we
on his
still in the
head.
desperate situation?
She's riding
Yes.
him hard.
God, no.
So nothing has been stated to change the nature of your situation. So yes, we have been desperate.
She just climbed him like a pole.
Then a reminder for everyone that's rolled: we are still in desperate. Make sure you're marking your XP.
Yeah, I've been doing that. All right, so that's success, but there's a consequence. You can suffer severe harm, a serious complication, or you have a reduced effect.
This one. Nice flavor roll.
I'm a fan of reduced effect that you hit.
Yeah,
and
I'm
it
trying
just
to
doesn't.
think.
It just doesn't do the damage that you expected.
Yeah, I did
I mean,
well. Yeah, I just
Yeah, because if you think about it, they can't just have people on the outside shooting these things and making prison breaks. And stuff.
Right,
Maybe
yeah.
you're just like, oh yeah,
Yeah, that makes-
you've done this trick before outside,
yeah,
but these are different, hardened sort of things.
yeah, that works.
All right, so there's that ricochet.
Well, they're meant to like keep people in.
So
Dangerous folk, you know.
you fire. The round is ineffective, but the group of you are able to run out the front gate. Now, the way the prison is it's not a no man's land, but basically you have to run down this channel that is flanked by walls and fencing. And so when the gate first gets open and you've got to run down that gauntlet, there is gunfire, but fortunately for you, the gunfire is not coming from overhead and descending in your direction. The gunfire is coming from behind you, and it sounds as if the Iron Hook prison armory has been opened and the riot is being put down one way or another. So amidst the reports of gunfire in your wake, we will cut back to. Let's go to you guys. Let's go to Jack and Reggie at the hospital. So you guys run into the lobby. You run into the lobby of Fancy Hospital, Saint Fernando Fernandinians or whatever. Yeah.
The friend of Indians, man.
So
They hate animals.
you run into lobby of Fancy Hospital, right? And you see, doctors in tight collared coats, nurses with high, trimmed hair and buns and, little almost paper like hats. But you also see doctors in plague masks, with bloody
I just realized,
frocks.
did we give a fake name for Mabel when we put her in?
Absolutely.
And Worth didn't give us the fake name.
Well, because Worth didn't know it. He got kidnapped beforehand, and Silas came up here more or less by himself and was like, I'm burying you in the system. Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Which
So we
also-
don't know what name she's under.
But it also brings the question: how the fuck did Worth know she was there?
It's a great question.
So we're in the hospital. We're in the hospital lobby.
I grabbed the nearest doctor. I don't even
You start
bother.
punching.
He's like, oh,
I just, where is she?
where
That's
is
all I
who?
said. Where is she?
Where is who?
the most beautiful woman you've ever seen? She's with a leg injury.
Sir, I'm sorry. I don't.
Where is he?
I don't know.
I give you the old Batman. Where is he?
He's like, the doctor looks toward Neil.
But it's just like
Jack
a janitor.
Look at you go. He's like, I don't know what he wants.
We're looking for a blonde named Mabel.
What's the time?
I don't know.
She would have come in with a leg injury.
What kind of leg injury?
I pick him up.
Her leg was caught in a bear trap.
You better start thinking really fast.
Whoa. I can check charts. I don't know which patient you're talking about, but I'll look. I swear I'll look.
Where are they?
He points to some cabinets behind a counter.
I carry him to the cabinets.
Okay, what did you say her name was?
It's Mabel.
Okay, do you have a last name?
Treacle.
Well, we don't know that though. I thought
No,
she-
you know it. You just never made the connection.
I thought it was like she had a different.
Do you have a
name.
date of birth, an identifying mark, anything that I could use in these records to find
You
her for
were
me?
I already
Yeah,
told you she's the most beautiful woman ever.
Sir, that's not something that we keep
No,
track of when
I
we
give like
do patient intake.
I give an exact description. Like it's kind of sweet how much
poetic.
he knows. Yeah, exactly. It's
So-
like the amount of detail that he gives is like.
pools of eyes
So-
you fall into in the moonlight.
But it's
Obviously,
not. It's not corny. It's like oh,
you've caused a scene, right? And
No.
and
I'm hysterical.
there are doctors and nurses, people clutching pearls, etc. And this gnarled old nurse steps up, and she says, she puts a hand
nurse
on
need a
your
shave.
forearm, and she's like, "Would you put him down, please?"
Oh, sorry. Getting all worked up.
Beat her to a paste.
She's not here.
Peter to a base.
She's not here anymore.
Where's she at?
Did you fart?
What?
Did you fart for the first time ever?
The first time ever in his life.
45 years old. I've been holding it in.
It smells like
Until
it.
just now.
Trust me, it's not his first time.
Stop eating healthy.
I'll bring some sugar-free chocolate.
Oh yeah.
So friends of hers checked her out. Well, she got released, and some friends of hers took her. I don't know.
What friends?
I don't know. Some friends of hers.
Where are friends? We were
What do
out
they
of
look
town.
like?
Group of people. There were maybe 6, 7 of them.
Description. Come on.
She does. She gives you exactly that. She gives you exactly that look.
I'm sorry.
She says, she tells you late teens to
Late teens.
to early 20s.
I look at Jack.
Uh,
Super.
Lot
My
of
face goes
lot
white.
of black, right? Lot of black this, lot of black that. They were all wearing some sort of silver emblem with a black feather on it. I don't know, but
Like-
they said they were friends of hers, and
Reggie literally goes white.
all right.
Out of
So
character, do we know what the silver emblem with the black feather is?
It's the crows.
Crows.
The crow. Okay.
So we go back to Uncle Treacle.
Yep.
So
You're
you're standing outside the burnt husk of once was the sweet
Let's
shop
spice things up. For you.
with Worth, right?
Right.
And he said, "You believe they fucking left a note in the safe?
They left a note in the safe.
They left a note in the safe. They were complaining that the safe was a piece of shit because they couldn't break it. They
That's
literally,
the point of a safe is so you don't. So that means it's a good safe.
I don't know.
Who are these brainiacs?
I don't know. Some people that were working with the crows is all I know. I mean, I got picked up by rollers. Garrett got killed by rollers.
All right.
Turned us over to crows.
All right. Let's get this thing out of here.
So you go, you turn into the bare bones, the sort of the charred studs and floorboards of what was the room that your safe was kept in. And there is a very obvious vacant square where the safe used to be. And at that point is when Worth puts the knife in your back and you take a level 4 harm.
Level 4 kills you.
And Proust is there.
No, Proust, if you recall, was very deliberately sent.
With me to the prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was very deliberately sent. Now, obviously, you will have opportunity to avoid blah blah blah.
Right.
You've got your full load, the whole thing.
Sure.
You should fart.
But that's what happens.
Have either of my characters been
Wait.
harmed? No. 'Cause
You-
I've got the cloud of protection.
Proust and Silas are heading.
Oh, Jesus. It even says harm examples. 4, fatal, electrocuted, drowned, stabbed in the heart.
By my own son.
or stabbed in the spine. So
I will accept that, but as my understanding, Proust was following Worth because Proust was trying to drag him to the hospital.
yeah, my understanding, and you can go back and check the tape, but I as Worth very clearly indicated to Treacle that
He
I
was
did
by
not
himself.
that I didn't want you to come with me.
Oh yeah, but what people want really doesn't typically register with Proust.
I thought Proust
Treacle
was...
ordered
Yeah.
Proust to go.
I thought
with
Proust was with
How
Cal.
often does Proust follow orders?
him.
Right. Well,
I'll accept it to move the game forward, but yeah, that's okay. So, all right. So, where is Proust then?
With Callum on the
Going
way to
towards
the
the
prison
prison.
to break the team out.
yeah, you are on your way to the prison, and in the distance you can see that the prison that there are electrophasmic searchlights that are on the yard. There are electrophasmic searchlights. There are klaxons going. There is gunfire. The occasional window done in a very stylized and asymmetric way have fires burning from them, right? And like the friggin' Suicide Squad, right? Or the Reservoir Dogs, you see the B team and this enormous man with the B team walking away from said prison.
Somehow I'm not surprised, really.
Problems solve themselves. People lack faith.
Do we even know who you are?
Do they?
I don't think they've ever met them.
Yeah, maybe one or two. Like
We
one
would
or-
recognize Proust.
Yeah, they'd recognize Proust because he's been around.
Can we say that we like? Can we say we hooked up the cart with the goats?
Yeah, I love it.
All right. Yeah, we're riding in like a carriage. So, well, I just casually pull up. Bullet, zing, zing. Boys,
There's
Ladies?
madness going on behind you, and the group of you step up to Proust and Silas have a cart with goats that were riding toward the prison.
Hey, Dr. P. Who's this guy?
hello. My name is Callum, and he holds his hand out to shake your hand.
You are always asking the wrong questions. It doesn't matter who he is. It only matters what he is.
I thought you were gonna pull some rock shit. It doesn't matter what your name is. Shut up, bitch. Sorry.
I was going the same place.
All right, so
Whatever. Okay, come on, Janny, let's get on.
you help. Everybody gets on the cart.
Yeah.
You turn it around in this precarious 3-point turn on this bridge and start heading your
Sexy
way.
clause sits on it and it goes.
Sexy claws. That's right. The Kringle knot.
Oh, the Kringle knot. That's really good.
There's not enough seats, so we're each on one of his knees. Oh, thank God.
It's like riding a horse bareback.
I am of normal load. I'm clicking off a bandolier.
Oh, I'm on heavy load.
Not yet. I click off one of my alchemicals, and as we're turning around, you know, said that there's a bridge there.
Right.
I just take fire oil and out of a flat, you know, twist a knob on the top of this metal and glass flask and casually toss it onto the bridge and light the bridge up.
So there's just a conflagration of
Yeah, they can chase us. They just have to run through fire.
right, which is a deterrent.
Yeah,
It's not going to stop the tall boys, but yeah, that's great.
yeah, you know.
I'm kidding. It's a perfect,
I mean, I wouldn't kid.
yeah,
But
it's a perfect plan. So
Yeah.
he's like you feel the knife in your back, and he's like, "Do you know they fucking left me for days?" And he steps away from you. Now, obviously, you want the opportunity to resist or what have you. So.
Right. So he
70 into ballistic karate fat.
ballistic karate fit.
is that from something? Because that's amazing if it is.
No, it's brilliant. I have ballistic karate.
You're prepared.
Yeah,
That's natural armor.
yeah. So I ticked off my 2 points for my armor, but it is my ballistic karate fat, and
Oh yeah.
so he sticks it in fat
Yeah.
instead of my heart.
Right.
Right. And I stagger to the empty spot that is where the safe was, and I drop to one knee as if I'm dying, and I look up at him and I go, "Who left you?"
Now he realizes what he's done. Right. He has that moment of clarity where where he's enraged. Right. He's like he
When I
says,
was my shot.
little Garrett, Janny, everybody, they just left me.
Damn, he name dropped us.
Did you know that the Crows sent them a note? And all they had to do to get me back was come to some stupid fucking meeting on the rafts. That's all they had to do. And you know what they did to me?
I feel like this is Broder as a GM telling us all you had to do is this.
That's awesome. I hope you know what it is now.
You motherfucker. That's all you had to do.
It wasn't even a trap.
Was do what I had planned for the night, you pieces of shit. You went against everything.
14 session arc of rescuing your friend work. No, you get 2 sessions of me shitting in your mouth.
You just ignore my hard work.
Yeah, that's what you get.
No, I just wanted to make lemonade. That's all. That's all I wanted to do was make lemonade.
I had a
That's like
slideshow of horrible moons and shit ready.
Yeah,
Torture devices.
there was no. I was gonna give my other group the syphilis pictures. No, I repurposed them for you, asshole.
I put so much work into them.
I've deliberately not brought my torture device book. No, dude, it's awesome. It's a coffee table book of torture devices.
I think I
It's
know
fucking-
actually what you're talking
It's
about.
amazing. Anyway,
I went to that museum.
There's a bunch of there's a ton of museums that are nothing but torture devices. There's one in Chicago. There's like every major city has a torture museum for some reason. St. Louis has one.
so he's like, I've never felt so betrayed to just be discarded. Fucking trash. Just left.
Like Janny was.
Right. He goes, like I said, he's on one knee, and he kind of looks like he's looking down, like he's trying to catch his breath, and he looks up,
Somebody says something like that.
and he says, "But Worth, you are trash." And I'm going to do a flashback.
I love it. Is this you?
You are trash.
All right, so it's going to flash back to the candy shop is completely whole, and and Treacle's like kneeling just a couple like meters from where he's kneeling right now, as he's cleared out a spot for the safe, and Alex is like over his shoulder, and he says, "I want the switch right here, and then we flash back to me kneeling right over the switch, and I just go flick, and that's when all the darts go straight out from it.
All right, and so
Ready for
poison, like
No, yes, poisoned.
all right, so
Let's say, like hypos with acid.
Oh, Jesus.
Rotor, I gotta tell you, stop trying to make worth a thing. It's not. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
no, worth is not a thing because as the half dozen or several acid darts burn into him. Yeah,
God, that's fucking brutal.
What if you have I mean, obviously we're using Alex's whatever, but what kind of skill applicable thing do you have for that?
Well, how much stress does he take for the flash?
Two for sure.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
And then really, Alex should roll it because Alex set up and he's just pressing a button.
Yeah, I don't really care about all that because I don't
finesse to hit the button or sway or something
Yeah.
to get him in position.
Right.
What do you have that works for you?
Well, his best ones are command or consort.
Mm-hmm. When you're not saying stand to the X,
Well,
bitch.
are we in desperate right now?
Yeah.
We are still in desperate. Okay, I would say probably sway.
Okay.
Because I'm basically trying to change his
Get him to let his guard down.
right.
Can I
Convince him
assist
that you're
him?
about to die.
Can I assist him? Because even though I'm not there, I'm not directly assisting him. I assisted Alex in making it.
Oh, that's a stretch.
Yeah, because you weren't with us very long.
Yeah. Fair?
That's a stretch, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. So fuck you, I hope you fail.
No.
Well, I'm not trying to screw you. I'm
No,
just
no.
trying
No.
to
No, it's fair.
adjudicate
It's fair
fairly.
rule.
Yeah.
No, it's fair rule.
Yeah.
All right.
If Alex was here, he could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that I think makes all the sense in the world.
I'll push myself. 5.
All right, so that is success with a consequence. So one of the darts goes errant, and it's going to hit you for a level 1 harm as you get acid burn. But the majority of them cluster right into where they come in from the
They come from the floor. So it's
oh God! Right.
yeah.
So inner
yeah.
thigh, scrot, the underneath your moob. Just
So you say Worth has like armor or some gear or something, and they're close, and it hits him. It's fine. It works perfectly. And I mean, this is like Victorian bullshit, right? So they're metal and glass vial syringes, and it hits him, and it hits like the butt of his gun or something like that, and it shatters and
You're
splashes.
still getting acid.
He gets splashed back.
One of them shatters. No, I love it. Hits the butt of a pistol.
Yeah.
Explodes.
I get a little hicks on my face.
Because I'm picturing them like the cool Gom Jabbar from David Lynch's Dune.
Yeah.
Not that
Or the
atrocity
Hunter
that
Seeker.
just came out recently.
Really? You didn't like it?
Dude, it was boring as shit, man. I mean, the dialogue's terrible.
Wow.
We don't have time for it.
Well,
but
I mean, you
yeah.
did make out during Home Alone, so you don't know what you're
Yeah,
doing.
you don't know shit about cinema. It's fine.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a bad movie.
You
It was-
chose
it was
tongue over Kevin
beautiful.
McAllister fucking up
It
some
was
the Wet Bandits.
beautiful.
Get
It was
outta here.
gorgeous. I mean, it just
He
it
was
just
trying to be the Wet
He's trying to
Bandit.
be the Wet Bandit. He
Anyway,
doesn't even get that reference. What a loser.
Touchdown, bro.
he staggers, and you can see that there is this white froth and foaming as the acid is reacting to flesh and blood, so he's just getting this. Now it's starting to pink and red, and he's screaming and writhing in pain. He's now on the floor, starting to kind of cough up blood. You've got some acid burn on you, and a knife sticking out of your flab.
I have my fine coat. I'm scratching it off.
Nice, I love it.
I dropped this.
No, the fine coat.
I dropped the one that I got.
Fine face, too. He's scratching that off.
I dropped the fine coat.
But he's in
he's no Santa
excruciating
Claus.
pain. He's screaming.
The Northern Hammer.
It's only because he's in so much pain that he doesn't go to try to remove, the toxins or one of the syringes from him. But he is utterly at your mercy.
All right, and then as he's burning alive from this acid, because I threw my coat off. Now you can see because I have the concealed palm pistol, so it's on my forearm, that spring loaded. I go, I put it up to my hand, and I look at him and I go, son, you shouldn't have done it. You should have talked to me. We could have taken care of them all together.
They've got Mabel. They've got Mabel.
He blinks. I don't care.
Damn. That's supposed to mean something to me.
The old lady is standing in the door. She looks at you and goes, "Are you ready for a story?"
Oh,
Right, he's got it. It's a one-shot Derringer, and he goes,
Man, what a
looks at
bitch. She didn't stop that.
he goes, yeah, Granny, whatever you want.
Mabel is your daughter. You looked at her. You looked in her eyes. It is the greatest happiness you've ever had. It was the only happiness you had. When she reached out, she touched your finger. You felt at peace, and you loved her.
And when the memory comes back,
The memory comes flooding back.
all right, Treacle drops to his knees and then looks at the dead body of Worth and starts to cry.
And we fade to black. That's it. There was no more. We need no more. That's perfect.
Nice.
Absolutely perfect. And plus, is we still have bookkeeping to do. All right.
The best part.
Yay!
What's that?
The best part.
The best part.
Yes.
Right. So, well, let's. How does this work? I mean, your entanglement should be fun. You broke out of prison.
Well, step one's payoff.
Oh.
Well, which team doing?
I would say this is a Team A question because we came
Or are you
back.
considering Team A team? This was like an everybody sort of situation.
So here's one of the things that I will say, and again, I am not as familiar with the rule book as I should be for running the game. But obviously, one of the things we've talked about is running multiple characters, and it's about the gang, right?
Right.
So I guess obviously we want both parties to advance, right? Although I would say that with the A team, really all we did was role playing. We didn't really do a score. Yeah, there were a couple harms thrown around.
The one thing I would argue with the A team, though, is they just completed a very, 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 very long score.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's a great point, actually.
The whole outing to Tycheros was...
That's my question, is that did we not do the closing paperwork?
I thought we did all the paperwork for that.
Well, I tell you what, let's put the A team on hold then, and go back and I'll listen.
Oh, the A team stuff? No, we never did any.
You didn't.
No.
Okay.
No.
The whole Tycheros thing, at the best of my recollection, we never got paid
We didn't
out
do
for.
anything with the A team
Well,
a single time.
Let's put that on hold. Let's do the B team first because I don't think that escaping the prison is as lucrative. I think it's going to be an easier thing to resolve.
I was wondering, since the people were GMing it, are we gonna do something to like change any of the beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? Because it's kind of hard to address ever, ever in a game. Why?
No. I just said.
Yeah.
I mean,
I did a Henry. I did a
so
Carol.
are you asking, can you change it, or are you asking, do you want opportunities to?
Well, like it's kind of hard to fit that in a lot of times. I feel like.
Yeah,
When
I
the
don't
fuck am
really
I ever
focus
gonna be
on the
like,
cultures. Yeah,
I'm from the underground.
Yeah.
Like, I just I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of it's an awkward thing to try to like get XP off
to
of.
shoehorn.
Yeah.
It's like, did I do something to promote the fact that I'm from Akaros?
Right. Like that's kind of an odd thing. And if you do, let's say you're from Akaros, I've got horns. Do you get XP every time someone mentions your horns? Like,
Well,
that's kind of weird.
every time it causes an issue or comes up in a substantive way, yeah.
But that's what I mean.
Like, but I hear what you're saying. Like,
Yeah, that'd be to Curious.
To Curious.
Yeah, Akaros is just,
Curious,
I'm
my
from
bad.
this
I
town.
don't.
Curious.
I can do it with Callum
Right.
because I understand the setting and I've run multiple games and I can work it.
I've done it,
But
with
that's
Jack
not the case for you guys.
I've done it with Jack from the standpoint of he's a local. This is everything he's ever known.
Yeah.
So when he's not here, that is expressing his heritage when he's being, amazed by other places and even around town. This is his town. This is what he knows. That's really how you can do.
I say I personally not
How
had
do you
to
get XP
both
from that?
Proust
You know what I
and
mean?
Booker do it every freaking game. With Proust, it's the faith stuff. With Booker, it's his belief in regimentation, order obligation, which, I mean, he has kind of this moronic view of it.
So,
sure.
But he's
So-
constantly expressing it.
Reggie's from the Dagger Isles, right?
Yeah, which I might actually change that because
Well-
technically he's like born there. But
So think of
he
it
kind of
this-
grew up in.
Think of it this way. So we're around the gate, right?
Yeah.
And we are in the night market, and we are looking for somebody who's hiding amongst the shops. The only lead we have is that it's an illegal
So
shop
we're not doing the A game.
that is,
Can't get the money for the
and
luggage.
they're hiding and just have someone who's working
absolutely.
Yeah.
there. And you're like, okay, I want to roll
I'm gonna
my
point to
my
Newton
hunt
town.
for this guy.
Sure.
Actually,
And I'm like, okay, well, you got any angles on it? It's like, well, I'm from the Dagger Isles.
So
Okay, what does that mean? Well, I mean, they're pirates,
Yeah.
they're
I
smugglers.
think that's fair for him, because
I'm
obviously you
from
guys
that
would
sort
have
of
looked
world. And I'm
through,
like,
you know,
oh,
looted
okay,
in the
yeah,
street,
I'll give you a little
Use
something.
it for
and then
now we've got
and
like
then you
upper
mark that.
crust.
Yeah, there you go.
There.
Yeah.
But some of the but you are right though. The problem is that some of this stuff is so ill-defined. Like Scovelanders can be checking this XP off almost every game because there was a war.
Right.
And because they lost, and because there's all this, the refugees and their war veterans and all this. Dagger Isles, pirates and smugglers.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean? Well, they're from Isles, and they like boats.
Yeah.
Aruvians, or not Aruvians. Yeah, Aruvians. Yeah, because they're Aruvians. They're part of the. They have an embassy in town. They don't fight wars. They're nobles. They are spies. They do all this intrigue stuff, like Callum is. I can work a lot of stuff off that.
Right.
Some of the Arcosian, you know, it's hit or miss.
Right. It just seems like some of them are definitely.
Well, yeah, if
Right.
you're
They do,
playing in
right.
Duskfall and you're playing in Akarosian, it's like,
When are you?
how do you
ever-
really express the fact that unless you, like you said, everything is I know what town or what street that is, or you know
Right.
I grew up around here or whatever. It's a little bit
Like
harder.
with Proust, it makes sense, like the whole like faith and
Mhm.
and like his beliefs, but that doesn't play into every character.
Yeah,
Like the beliefs, like
it
that doesn't work for a lot of us because we don't really go off of. Yeah.
Well, but I mean,
We're motivated by different things.
With Reggie, it'd be family first, or it'd
That's
be,
true.
You know, it's
Yeah.
something like that.
If
And
I were
usually
you-
I'll give myself something for that if like, but like
If I were you, I would change your background from one of these ones that are listed, like Underground. I
Yeah.
would change it to something that's more like you would do in Fate, right? Where you would put a tag to like I said, family first,
Right.
family above all, or something like that. So I mean, Ready plays into that constantly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I like that. I like that hack.
Yeah.
Is thinking it more of an aspect to be tagged as opposed to a symbol, a single word, or what have you.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, on the heritage part, the heritage is hard because John Harper really needs to make a second edition of this book.
To like updates
Yeah.
and stuff.
Can I tell you what's never going to happen?
Well, I think
He's never going to do
he
that.
should probably do something with heritage as far as like if you're from a different area, you should probably get like bonuses towards certain things. Or something.
One of the things you can
getting
do.
XP for being from somewhere
Yeah,
is kind of.
I don't expect much XP because we were in prison.
No.
One of the things you can do with heritage is you can not understand stuff when you're in Duskwall. And just do a little role play stuff. Like you sit down at a bar, everybody passes around ale, and you're like, why do you put that filth in your body? Sort of thing. We don't drink ale in the Dagger Isles, we drink this. Bartender, do you have this? And then it's just like the bartender hates people from the Dagger Isles. And starts, you know, it's and then you
Dagger Isles,
the Dagger Isles, and then
New York City.
New York City. And then, but the thing is, the game master wouldn't even have to say any of that.
Right.
You say all that, and then you say the bartender. You know, I go up to the bartender, give me this drink from the Dagger Isles, and then you say the bartender looks at me and like rolls up his sleeve, and he shows the tattoo of a rival pirate or something like that.
Pirate hunters.
Yeah, I mean, as a game master, I would sit back and be like,
the elbow.
I am invested in this.
Also, I think you're okay because you get 1 XP if you did once, or 2 XP if you did twice, of each of the following 3 things. So a total of 6 possible.
Yeah.
And this is a list of beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Right.
Now, in your case, Underworld, you express that constantly.
yeah.
I
Almost to the
I
point
don't
it's
think,
too easy.
Yeah, say I don't the same way with Proust, where that particular line item, almost every game I get the 2 XP off that, and I think you would as well for the same reason. I mean, maybe your heritage and such.
And background as well from the standpoint. Well,
And they also
Yeah.
talk about drives and things like that, which I mean seems much
Drives
more
aren't even
RP.
listed on.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. I think it's
What
much
does
more
that
RP
mean?
oriented. So I
Right.
mean, if you're, I just see it as more you're just engaging with who your character is at the essential level.
Yeah.
All right, so for the group, the crew sheet says here at the end of each session, for each item below, mark 1 or 2 XP. Did we execute a successful battle, extortion, sabotage, or smash and grab?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
1 or 2 XP.
I think it too. I think that there was much consternation and chaos in the prison.
Plus, we stole the big bad guy out of there.
Yeah, and you stole the big bad guy.
The Northern Hammer.
You told yes, Mr. Graves, the Northern Hammer. What do we call him? The Krieger knot?
Yeah.
The Kringle knot.
Kringle knot. Yeah, the Kringle knot.
The only thing we can have 3 in right now is skirmish, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Skirmish?
No, that'd be
Prowess.
Just
Yeah.
prowess. We can
Yeah,
have
yeah.
3
Anything
of
in
something.
prowess, yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Did we contend with
Bold.
challenges above our station?
I think the prison guards and
Did
questing out
we
of
didn't
prison.
fight any prison guards though. We just fought fellow prisoners.
No, he shot a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that I think that's fair. I think that above your station, certainly considering the blowback after the fact, would indicate that they're above your
So
station.
1 or 2. 1.
I think one's fair.
I no longer have
We've already
the
filled it up, so
Macmillan brothers. The
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I actually I couldn't remember the name, so I wrote the McTurdy brothers. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
I think you definitely bolstered your crew's reputation for we did this dumb crazy thing, we got
God.
arrested, and then we did this dumb crazy thing.
this
and
is your
got
fault.
out
What the fuck
of
is wrong with you?
prison.
it's your
One
fault.
or 2.
Why don't you promise to take it away next time?
You're not allowed to have drinks
You
anymore.
can't keep us in prison. Plus, we yeah. All right. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. And our essential, we're hungry. So we show that our goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature. That we're complete fucking.
I think
goobers.
that I think that inner conflict is irrefutable.
Yeah.
I mean, you absolutely get the point for that. What was the other one?
Goals, drives, or essential nature.
I don't even.
That's interesting too, because I mean, your essential nature is Discord. So again, I feel like that's fair to give an XP for it.
Okay. So that was a good XP session. So we got another. We ended up getting another point to add to the crew. I'm suggesting, although whatever you guys want to do, is we take, because it kind of works into what has happened to us. Take our layer and mark the box for hidden, because now the candy shop is gone,
I love it.
and now we have a hidden.
Oh yeah, we exist in
I love that.
in a divided form that, or what was the word I'm looking for here.
And we're only 3 more XP away from another advancement.
Okay, so it's you clear marks and take a new special ability or mark 2 crew upgrade boxes.
Oh, so we get 2 of them.
We get 2, not just one.
not just
Well,
one.
isn't it? Or what was the or?
It's you either get a special ability or 2 crew
Oh,
upgrades.
Oh, okay. So we only took a crew upgrade, so we get another crew upgrade.
Right.
Okay. All right. So we can get here's the options. Bravo's rigging, which gives us 2 free load of weapons or armor.
Oh, we're getting a boat. We gotta get a boat.
Keep reading.
Elite rovers, which I'm not exactly. Is that like a?
Reavers?
This
Rovers?
says rovers.
Yeah.
It'd be thugs of some kind.
Well, then there's elite thugs. So there's rovers, then thugs. Then there's hardened, which gives everybody an extra trauma box. There's carriage, boat, quarters, so we could stay at the lair. We could increase the security or vault, or we can give ourselves a workshop. Or what we did before, we can have training. We can add another point of insight, resolve, or one of our playbooks.
Because when we get all of the training things, then we can start getting more dots.
Well, I thought you get 3 dots now. You can't get the 4th.
Oh,
So you can get 2 to start, 3 with XP, 4 only with the training thing.
Yes.
So we're at a point where we get 3 dots.
if you're a vampire.
So right now,
that's real life.
prowess is the only one that we have training in. I would probably think that we could probably do a training. We could do quality of documents, gear, implements, pet special, supplies, tools, or weapons.
A rover is a cohort that is a sailor, carriage driver, and Deathlands scavenger.
Yeah,
So you know
that's
how to be on a
like-
boat, you know how to drive a carriage around like a taxi, or you ravage the Deathlands.
I say either elite thugs.
That'd be cooler than us.
Those are,
They're out there fucking
that's
doing
another
that.
one. Killers, brawlers, or roustabouts.
I say yes. I say either elite thugs or let's get the resolve training area.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards either.
Wait a minute.
Either
Are you saying the B team has become elite now?
Elite!
Well, I thought the thugs were a 3rd group. That there's the A team, the B team, and then there's the NPC
No,
hoodlums.
we have a cohort of
Technically, these are our
thugs. Yeah.
Oh, so the cohort is the B team.
Yes,
okay.
is the B team.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I was not suggesting the B team. I
They've
was-
just kind of graduated to be actual characters.
So the thugs, the B team
They
is.
are elite already.
You can pick one. Are we killers, brawlers, or roustabouts?
Fucking roustabouts.
We're roustabouts, of course.
Oh yeah.
Sir, we are roustabouts.
Mm-hmm.
I lean towards at this point to either quarters. Was it security? Was another one?
We already have 1 dot in secure. We have 1 dot in vault.
Okay.
Every dot in vault gives us another, because right now in our vault, we only have 1 vault, so we're about, get 1 stash per 2 tier. Yeah, we've already filled up our vault. So we'd have to take another point in vault to get another, start adding it.
I think that, again, the mechanics aren't really clear on this, but what vault?
I mean, RP wise, the safe they took is probably not the in-game vault.
Yeah, I think that exactly.
The in-game vault is like an imaginary area where our money is safe
Gotcha.
in
Okay.
Right.
another dimension.
You know, it could even be if you want to put a role play thing on it. It could be a Red Sash run bank,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like
or
that.
it could be like the professional, the deli. What is it? You know, you keep your money with
Yeah.
Uncle So and So.
Yeah.
Nobody knocks off Uncle So as
And
he's
I
sitting
know
with a big
we
black
need money to
eye.
raise our tier.
Right.
Like when I think about my stash, like when I think of Reggie's stash, I think of like he hides it somewhere in the gym or something. Like it's somewhere under like a floorboard or some shit. Hopefully nobody finds it.
My thinking is do a training box, whatever it is. Now, what does the playbook training box do?
What's that?
It's under training. It says playbook.
Oh, I don't know.
So it looks like it
Well,
would
the-
be,
the
I think
playbook
that
is
means if
our
you do
abilities.
training, you put it into playbook.
so you would get a free special ability, or what does that mean? Or you would just get
a dot towards it.
oh, well.
Because when you train, you only get a dot.
Oh,
Well,
You
that's-
only get an XP towards it. You don't get.
Wait, hold on. Is it a permanent one? Because they do have
because when
things.
didn't we
Because
get
they have things that give you permanent slashes.
yeah, because that's what our prowess one was. It was a free dot.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be a permanent free playbook dot?
That's what I'm asking.
I say the prowess one is prowess training.
Yeah.
That means you can now go train on your downtime, and you get XP towards it.
Oh, right, but I don't think they'd have you level up and then go up. You get 1 slash and like that's it. It seems like it'd be a permanent one. Because like I mean, I have ones that are like healing and shit.
Okay, so if you have a training upgrade, you earn 2 XP instead of 1 when you train in a given XP track during downtime. Insight, prowess, resolve, or Playbook.
And I had-
Playbook is this separate track.
So if
I
you
did,
train
I
someone
never
on
knew
Speed
until
Type
right now
2,
that you could train playbook.
Yep.
I knew that.
And-
but
and-
I did, and I've always gone.
Because it's very easy to
Let's
miss because in the description, Insight, Prowess, and Resolve are in bold, and Playbook is in the normal typeface.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so we can actually just make a clock to train whatever.
No, you don't have to make a
That's on the
clock.
clock. You say in my downtime,
On your downtime, you
I'm
say, I'm
going to
training-
train this, and you get an
and if
XP.
we have the training
You get an
facility
XP
instead of
for it.
one dot, you get two
Yeah, you get
dots
two.
per.
Most people don't do it because they get so beat to shit, and then they're also running projects, and then they're also eating heat.
I mean, I'm making free money once I get to roll my shit for the
Yeah.
G, so
All right, so then instead of training, unless somebody really wants the training, I'm suggesting.
I've used the training a lot on prowess.
to be honest, that the training does sound pretty good. Like that's a free 2 instead of
Well,
1
here-
each time,
here's
if
the-
you use it.
Here's the one I'm leaning towards: Bravo's rigging. Every session, you get 2 free load of weapons or armor. Free.
Yeah,
So if
that's
you're-
like having
wear heavy armor all the time.
Yeah, it's just I take a normal load, but I get 2 for armor or weapons without kicking
Well, you
into
wouldn't
my
get free
5.
heavy because you have to
You get
take
free
it.
armor.
That's 5,
So yeah, you could get a free armor or you can get a free large weapon.
right? Isn't that how that works? You fill in the 2 for armor, and then for heavy, you fill in the other 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
well, I mean, it
You get
essentially-
free armor.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like okay, you take a level 4 harm, tick. No, I don't.
Yeah.
And it didn't cost 1 of your load.
Yep.
I actually have a playbook I've been sitting on for Reggie, and I don't know which to take because I kind of want to do a veteran and just pick one from like something else.
Mm-hmm.
But the one where is it?
Yeah, I know which one I'm taking for Jack when I finally get it. It's just another 2 more, and then he's taking a veteran.
Like the mule sounds pretty good because then you like your loads go higher. My light would be 5, my normal would be 7, my heavy.
I've never had a load
Like,
issue. I've never.
I've
come
never
close
run
to
into
using
it yet either, but like that's a lot of shit that I can just be like, oh, I've got
What does
this.
the crew upgrade quality do? Like quality weapons. Does that give you a weapon? All your weapons are of quality?
Is that a specific
Yeah, there's
Bravo
quality.
one, or is that a
No, maybe, because it is on the Bravo sheet. It says quality, documents, gear, implements, pet special, supplies, tools, or weapons.
Man.
We also need to do our rep.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like this game isn't really great for RP. It's like it's a good you can fit some in, but the way the mechanics work, it's
Well,
really against RP.
as
I've said that a lot.
yeah.
as written?
Yeah.
The game is about taking down scores.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm trying to remember
why
the quality.
Okay.
I don't do Blades in the Dark. I do Diet Blades in the Dark.
Well, it's kind of hard because even if we do more
There's
RP,
spoons in the dark.
if we do a
Yeah.
lot of RP, we don't get XP.
Quality.
Towards shit. You know what I mean? That's kind of weird.
Oh, you got it.
That's why I think it's fun.
So my opinion on advancement of characters and advancement of the crew thing, I wish the crew advancement thing was more streamlined. It's like doing your taxes. It is literally like doing the W4 EZ
Yeah.
form every
We're all
session.
sitting here with papers out,
Yeah.
like, okay, what's
Okay.
this one? Look
I
it up.
hate
Oh,
it.
what that about
Quality.
this one?
Each upgrade improves the quality rating of all PC's items of that type beyond the quality established by the crew tier in Find Documents. You can improve the quality of documents, gear, arcane implements, subterfuge, supplies, tools, and weapons. So if you're at tier 0 with Find Lockpicks and a +1 quality upgrade for gear, you could contend equally with a tier 2 equal lock.
What?
So
Great.
No,
It's
I understood that one.
Okay, I'm
I mean,
glad
I
it wasn't
understand
just
it.
me. I was like, is it because it's almost 11 o'clock?
I was
Or is it
just
'cause
saying,
I'm-
it's
The
like,
only reason I
if you
understand
get an
that,
extra die, I follow that.
the only reason I understand that is
We have
because
not
of
been
the
dealing.
work.
We have not been dealing with most of the quality things.
No,
It's
yeah.
things like when we come up to a lock, we're supposed to say what is the
What tier is it?
the
Yeah.
lock to even
Yeah.
have a chance. To
Which is why I had Infiltrator initially, and then there was no reason for me to have it.
So there's
because we never
supposed
ran
to
into
be
that.
like these tier things that kind of gate the
everything.
content
So
we can deal
what
with.
I-
So it's supposed to be
Yes.
like, well, if I'm an expert at lockpicking and you're also a lurk that has like that obviously can lockpick, why are you just as good as me?
So
right, because you're a tier 2 lurk and I'm a tier 0 lurk, so, you're better than me.
So I'm a master locksmith, right?
So what
and
I
you
do
are
is-
just learning.
I really don't look at tier
Yeah.
on anything, because when you start looking into tier, there are pages and pages that you're supposed to print out of little ticks up and down and up and down and up and down for everything from locks to your cohort to the gang to
Weapons,
this to weapons
everything.
to people to everything.
Yeah.
I don't deal with that, and I say, if you, let's say you have the lockpick thing.
Yeah.
You have lockpicks, you have fine lockpicks. I say, okay, this is a really tough lock. This isn't like locking the brooms in
Well,
the
I have
closet.
infiltrator.
Well,
So
okay.
you just open it.
Well, so yeah, but I say this is like this is a heavy duty safe in a nice part of town with a lot of money in it. Is really hard. If I'm running a clock, it just means I have extra pieces. And you have fine or quality gear, you make your roll. I have you fill in more pieces of the
You
pie.
have potency.
You have potency.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that then. Because like the infiltrator, honestly, if we don't do tier, is completely useless because it literally just ignores tier.
Yeah.
It makes it to where you ignore the level of lock that it is, which is really good if we were doing it.
Right. Also, if you notice that Infiltrator is the first one on the list.
Yeah.
Every single playbook, the first ability on everyone's playbook is, according to Harper, the most powerful or useful ability.
Which is fucking
for that.
stupid because that's not true. Like,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
look at the cutter, it's just their special armor. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you can use the special armor to push yourself. Okay, well, I also have all this other shit that's way more interesting. Or, like, for the lurk, the Ghost Veil? You're telling me that me being able to bypass locks isn't as good as Ghost Veil? I could go through that motherfucker
Right.
if I just go Ghost Veil. Like, what?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yep. I agree.
Get out of
Get
here.
out.
Rip off some more games, get some other ideas, dude.
All right, so what do we want?
Okay, so I don't think we should take the quality thing. It's
No.
not that great. This is for a crew upgrade, not for a specific Bravo upgrade, right?
Right, this is a crew up.
Wait, do we get a specific Bravo one this time?
There are Bravos.
There are Bravo
There are-
upgrades.
No, I know, but we haven't had one yet.
Okay, so
We,
Bravo.
yeah, we did. We took Iron Hook Contacts. That's a Bravo.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was thinking. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of this.
Oh,
the territory.
We're
I
about
think.
to as soon as we do Reputation.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
My
I'm gonna shut up.
my vote, personally, I like the idea of Bravo rigging
Are you trying to sabotage us?
or hardened, maybe. No, if I was trying to sabotage
I'm
you,
just
I would
joking.
say you're taking elite thugs, and the B team is more powerful than you. The B team's now the A team, bitch.
What is the other one?
Hardened, it gives you an additional trauma box.
You have 5 trauma
Oh.
boxes, and if you had a PC that was dead from 4 traumas, it brings it back to life.
What?
Yep.
Wait, hold on. What? Wait, if we do that, does that bring back Big Garrett?
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's rectify this mistake that Brodor made,
Each PC gets
so he can kill him again in front of us.
each PC gets 1 trauma box.
Yeah, unfortunately, Big Garrett was
Oh.
killed by plot, not by mechanics.
We can't take it because it's so powerful, which it is. It takes 3 upgrades.
Oh,
to
that's
unlock
why
it.
it's 3 boxes.
That's why it's 3 boxes.
What the fuck?
Oh, so it's you get 1 extra box. I thought it was 1 extra box per tick, but no, it's 1
Okay,
extra
well
box for all 3.
let's start working towards that and resurrect him from the grave.
Right.
Brother, please don't kill him again. He was great. I'm
So-
surprised you killed him because
Okay, so
he was so great.
payoff. Crew
It was
Well,
effective though. It was
I,
like,
would,
oh,
I like
shit,
your idea
no.
of the rigging.
You killed the
Rigging
right
is
character for
Okay.
sure. Because if you would have killed Worth,
So we
everybody would have been
went
like,
with Briggy.
Yes.
all right.
What do we have left for this?
Rep.
Yeah, I
One thing at a time.
I honestly thought, I really did think that, no one would care if Worth died. But if the bad guys take one of our own, even Worth,
I think it's here's the thing. I think it's because Wayne had already set it up that he hated that character so much, so it was already like, well, yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
Like the other characters already had negative views of him too.
Right.
So it was like, oh no, he's the black sheep. But at the same time, you're right.
I was
It
curious.
should have been like, even though he is the shit stain,
right?
we all should have been
Right.
like, yeah, we got to get him back.
I think the A team would have done it. The B team.
The A team would have done it.
Skim the Skin Morse really started, and maybe this is like a duh, but I don't own the book, I've not read it, but it's just kind of picking up bits and pieces. It seems like this is a game about playing a gang that happens to have characters.
Yeah.
Whereas our approach to is we're playing characters that happen to be in a gang.
Yeah.
So-
That's why I said it's like it's not
You-
really great for RPG.
All right,
are-
rep. Paperwork.
Okay, all right, yeah. 'cause
We're
it's-
getting too sidetracked.
All right, so the rep.
He's doing it.
Rep.
I'm sitting here
Rep
literally with a pencil going, are we ready?
Do it.
All
Alright.
right, so what's rep?
So base of 2, that's automatic.
Base of 2, got it.
If the target of the score is a higher tier, which Broder said it was, it's +1 rep.
Okay.
So that's 3 rep.
Mm-hmm.
Lower tier, which is not the case, because that's 3 rep. Okay, coin reward. That's up to Broder. What, if any, money did we make off this?
Out of the prison, I don't think that there's money to be made there.
Okay.
Okay. Heat.
Well, I think there's a tremendous amount of heat because you broke out of prison.
After a score or conflict with an opponent, the crew takes heat. Add +1 heat for a high-profile or well-connected target. Obviously 1.
Right.
Add 1 heat if the situation happened on hostile turf.
Yes.
It's up to 2. Add 1 heat if you're at war. That's
Yes.
3. Add 2 heat if killing was involved, so that's 5.
Wait, did we? Oh yeah, you did.
All right. Plus any additional heat from complications or devil's bargains, which we didn't make any, so that's 5 heat for this.
10.
Alright, we're at 5 heat. Because we
Okay.
erased the heat to go into
Oh,
this.
yeah. We dumped it
Right.
with the judge's gavel. It dumped,
Yeah.
and then the breakout
All
was
right.
new.
After
Yeah.
the payoff, all right, so step 3. After the payoff, roll dice equal to your wanted level and read the result according to our heats. Our heat's at 5, so roll our wanted level.
Our wanted level 0, so we just roll 1 dice.
1 die, yeah. And we,
Minimum.
so what is that?
2.
Gang trouble or questioning.
I really
Gang trouble.
RP wise, that kind of makes sense for the situation.
Okay,
we're in.
gang trouble. One of your gangs or other cohorts causes trouble due to their flaws.
we did.
One stabbed the leader of our gang in the back.
Lose
so.
face. Okay, so if we choose that one, then we lose face, forfeiting rep. I'll come back to that. Questioning. The blue coats grab an NPC member of your crew or one of your crew's contacts to question them about your crime.
I really like how we lose face.
Yeah.
Because basically
We turned our backs on one of our own.
we turned our backs on one of our own. One of our own came back and literally backstabbed our leader. We technically lost our own headquarters.
Yeah.
We got thrown in the clink to do this plan to kind of balance the books,
Yep.
and then we fucked it all up by we.
So we forfeit our rep that we earned?
Okay, so no. We
Rep plus rep tier +1.
in rep. So we'd
So
be
1.
So we lose 1 rep.
Okay. So that puts us 1 under an upgrade.
Okay, and then downtime activities, which I've already done mine. So
Yeah, and it doesn't just like when you complete rep, it doesn't automatically trigger anything. You then have to pay. You clear the rep plus you pay to upgrade your tier.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that was my question. Is that how do we increase the tier?
It is a mathematical formula.
Gotcha.
okay. So then downtime activities, I've already done mine. So
It's like moot coin plus.
It seems like
tier.
it seems like a lot of that stuff is
Advancement.
to make it seem deeper than it is.
I agree. I completely agree. And Dan nailed it too. You nailed it. It's like because when you listen to actual plays and stuff from Harper, it isn't about people make deep characters, but it isn't about making one character and making it all integrated. You're a gang, and you have bunches of characters, like not 2, you have like 4 or 5 characters, and you rotate them in and out as they get injured and stuff. And it's like, and you know how we do 1 score every 2, maybe 3 games.
they're supposed to do multiple scores.
It's a D&D thing. It's 2.5 combats a session or whatever it is, and you're supposed to be doing these scores.
Yeah, but you
Because
barely
most
have
of the
time
score
to
is rolls.
breathe.
Yeah.
In the amount of time that we game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You barely have time to kind of let a scene breathe before
Yeah.
you want to move to the next thing. And
Yeah,
because-
this is a station-to-station game.
That's just
Yeah.
coming back to the RP is put to the wayside.
Yeah,
Right.
It
that's,
seems like, oh, we should be rolling dice, we should be doing this.
that's why I don't run pure Blades in the
Yeah.
Dark. I don't like doing the taxes. I don't think that he has enough detail in him. I love the setting. I love a lot of the stuff in it.
I can only imagine what a game of D&D is like with him.
I know.
It's probably just like bookkeeping.
It's
like,
3.5 combats a session.
It's making the list of all the shit you've stolen from everybody, and then going to the next town and like, well, what can we get rid of? And like,
Okay,
everybody. Oh, fuck
So here's
that.
a question for downtime then. Are we doing downtime just for the B team?
So the short answer to that is yes. I mean, for tonight, I mean, I don't. So here's where I am at with A-Team. I don't know. I don't remember enough about the last game sessions
Shit, I don't remember
to
that.
determine. Yeah, I would have to defer to Chad and say, okay, well, if we're gonna do success, if we're gonna do the benefits of the last score, that's totally up to Chad. If we want to do downtime for the A-Team, we could absolutely do A-Team downtime.
You know what? I think we did talk about we did talk about some of it, but I don't think we did anything with the sheet because you get XP no matter what,
Right.
and I don't think we gave ourselves XP. But we did talk about our heat and things like that, and technically we didn't give ourselves any because it was supposed to be like a secret thing anyway,
Does anyone
right?
on the A team have stress?
I wasn't here the last session.
Okay.
I do.
Does erase it? Does
Yeah, I don't
anyone
have stress.
on Does anyone on the A team have harms?
No.
Okay.
Except for the fucking backstabbing bitch over here.
Right.
Piece of shit.
So you
I fucking
guys,
knew it too. Fuck that little asshole. There's
guys
no
were-
way he got out of there.
you guys were marking your XP,
No,
right?
when
for
you
the A
said
team.
when you were
Yeah.
like you were
All right,
like
hold on, just a sec. You guys are marking your XP for the A team, right? For
Yes.
your playbooks and all that.
Yeah.
All right, fine. That's taken care of. Is anyone leveling or advancing for their characters on the A team?
Not anymore, no.
No, anymore? Okay, so that's
I have stuff. I just haven't done it yet.
okay. That's fine, taken care of. Is anyone working any projects?
Yes.
Okay. Roll your project stuff for the A team.
How much do you roll for that? Just one?
I don't know. But don't. We're not going to take any heat because it was out of town, and we're
love
gonna,
that.
We'll
Yeah.
do it on the drive.
Yeah. Jackie had some stress, but you know what? It was a nice, calm, beautiful train ride across the blasted Deathlands. So it was actually
Which is, since projects are all individual, I'm going to go ahead and sign out the
That's fine.
AP here. Plus, I need to go something
Yeah.
like some
And
water. I'm getting a little
everybody
headache, so
everybody in the A
Oh,
team,
Chad's
give
gas.
yourself 1 coin. This is just
I'm gonna put it right
yeah.
in my stash, baby boy.
yeah. You robbed the luggage. Yeah, you each got to like 1 coin off.
No, that's what we were talking about
Right.
earlier. I actually wanted to ask. I wanted to remind you guys to do that. That I was like, hey, these guys each took a coin's worth. But
all right. We will catch you guys next time.